empty net, they score! Make believe!
You're watching Samwelb12.
All right. Ground ball. Vladdy over. They do it. The Blue Jays have won the division. The Blue Jays have won the division. Pop them if you got them. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're watching Samwelb12 Experience.
Hey, what's up, hockey fans? Here we go. It's time. Battle of Ontario with the Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators. Gonna renew some hostilities. They are gonna look to kick it off and get this one going. What's up, Dallas? How's it going? Daniel Berry, happy Saturday. Lala in the house. What's up, Lala's place? Hope you're doing well. Jimmy, what's going on? I see you. Welcome in. Let's do this. It's going to be a big one here tonight. Alan, good evening. Olivia, what's up? Welcome in. Jennifer, hello there. Curtis, what's going on? Good to see you. Skittles, hello there. Jonathan, what's up? Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, this is going to be an epic matchup tonight. The Leafs and the Ottawa Senators, of course, will be paying attention around the league to everything that's going on. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. This is an important matchup for a number of reasons. And before we get into that and the type of chance we have, let's look at who is in and who is out. And we'll start it up with the Senators. They're 28, 22, and 8, going with Drake Batherson, Timmy Stützle, Timmy Stu, and Claude Giroux. They're going to be the top dogs tonight. Brady Tkachuk with Dylan Cousins and Ridley Gregg. Hey, maybe we'll get a slap shot into the empty net tonight. We got Nick Cousins with Shane Don't Gamble, Pinto, and Michael Amadio. Then lastly, we got Holiday, Stephen Holiday with Lars Eller and Fabian Zetterlund. On the D side, Jake Sanderson with Artem Zub, Thomas Chabot, and Nick Jensen, and then Tyler Cleven with Jordan Spence. Linus Olmark getting the start tonight. Hey there, Bucks. Welcome in, Chris. Good to see you both. Bradley, what's up? Welcome in the house. Welcome to the house. Let's take a look at the Maple Leafs tonight because they've shuffled things around a little bit. Hey there, Billy. Welcome in. We got Matthew Nyes going to be on that top line tonight with Austin Matthews and Maximum Domi. We got Matthias Michelli on the second line with Johnny T, John Tavares, and William Nylander. Easton Cowan back in the lineup after a month of riding the pine. Easton Cowan is in. He's going to be with Nick Waugh and Bobby McMahon. Then Dakota Joshua with Scott Lawton and Nick Robertson on that fourth line. Last but not least, on the D, it's Morgan Riley with Brendan Carlo, Jake McCabe with Troy Stetcher, Simon Benoit with Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And between the pipes tonight, Joseph Wall is going to get the start. 2-goal game for Matthews tonight at home. Oh boy, guys, that would be amazing. Welcome in. We'd love to see Mats explode with some offense, get it going. Matthews needs to drive it hard because Toronto, they owned the Ottawa Senators when they played last December 27th, scoring 7 goals. It was 7-5, the score. In the last 5 games, Nylander 6 points. Timmy Stützle 7 points. 4 of those for Stützle being goals. For John Tavares, he's got 3 goals in his last 5 games. Austin Matthews, 5 assists in his last 5. And Jake Sanderson, 4 assists in his last 5. Power play for the Maple Leafs getting better. They've moved up to 18th overall at 19.6%. However, the Senators are 8th in the National Hockey League at 23.4%. On the penalty kill, it's a whole different story. Senators are at the wrong end, 30th overall, 72.8%. The Maple Leafs, 4th in the National Hockey League with an 83.8%. Leafs are still 1st overall in the league with a 56% win rate in the faceoff circle. The Senators not far behind them at 54.9% for 3rd best overall. The Senators come into tonight 6-3-1 over their last 10, beating Philly, Pittsburgh, the Devils, Colorado, Vegas, and Columbus. The Maple Leafs 3-6-1 coming into tonight with their only wins over Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. Big losses against Florida and Tampa Bay just over the last couple of days. Things don't get any easier because the referees tonight, Garrett Rank and Thomas Jean Luxmore, Scott Cherney, and David Brizois, the linesmen, and hopefully they're going to call this one right down the middle, and it is going to be a fair game. Now, why is this such a big deal? Why is this one such an important game? Well, Ottawa currently sitting with 64 points, 1 point ahead of Toronto, who has 63. Florida, Toronto, Philadelphia, all tied with 63 points. Ottawa was 64, Columbus was 65, Washington was 69, all chasing down Boston and Montreal, who has 73 and 71 points. So it is a battle for the playoffs, a drive to stay alive, and it is going to be an absolute battle. Toronto only has like a less than 3% chance of making it. So they are in tough, and they're going to have to find a way to get through. They are in deep, and it is going to be a very important one for the Maple Leafs to find their way through. So will they be able to do it? Time is going to tell, but it's going to be a frustrating one to watch. But we'll get there, folks. We will get there indeed. The Maple Leafs going to put on a show. Now, tonight also is Elimination Chamber for all my wrestling fans out there. We'll be keeping you up to date, up to speed on everything going on in the chamber matches tonight. We got that on our screen, and we'll be watching along. A lot of games in action tonight. Washington and Montreal. That is a big one. Of course, we're going to be keeping our eye on that scoreboard. The Islanders and Blue Jackets will have implications. The Lightning and Sabres, the Red Wing and Hurricanes, Boston and Philadelphia. Philadelphia doing their job, winning 3-1 over the Bruins. So right now there's a lot of games in action that Toronto is going to look at the scoreboard for. Do they have a chance? It's a teeny weeny little one, but there's a chance. The drive was over in December. Love the Leafs all my life, but this is hard to watch. Jamie, it is hard to watch. That is true. But until they're mathematically eliminated, there is still a chance. Hey, Pete, what's going on? We need the madness and the mania to run wild. That we do. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? Welcome in. And again, thank you all for coming in and being here. Now, do that thing as you're coming in. Make sure you're booping that like button. Hit that thumbs up if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We would really appreciate it. But this is going to be an absolute epic matchup tonight. Will the Senators give it to the Maple Leafs, or the Maple Leafs going to find a way back to the win column? Max says, I don't care if they make the playoffs. Beat the Sens. Beat the Sens. 3%. How does that make you feel? About this big, Chris. About this big. I had something in my mouth. Sorry about that. All right. But we're ready to rock and ready to roll. Kevin, what's going on? I thought I'd lower tonight. I thought I'd keep the score lower. It is going to be an interesting one. I don't think it is going to be that low of a score. I'm expecting a big score tonight. The first game was a lot. I'm expecting both teams to erupt in some offense. The goalies are going to be under pressure, as Queen sang, and I think it is going to be a big, big game here tonight. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Welcome in. Sens are probably giving it to the Leafs tonight. I don't disagree with you. It is going to be a tough one. I'm hoping the Leafs will pull it off. Next weekend, next Friday, trade deadline day. Trade deadline day coming up. And why is that important? Because the question is, what is going to happen? What's up, Hunter? What's going to happen with these Maple Leafs? Who's going to be moving out? Who's going to be staying in? Who is untouchable? And who is going to be moving their no-move clause? Will we get somebody? And when I say somebody, I'm referring to one specific player. You guys all know that. Will one defenseman waive their no-move clause so the Leafs can finally move on from their poor play over the last little while? And I know it's tough. Listen, I know it's tough. If you are a player in this day and age and you're going through what the Leafs are going through, hey, John, what's going on? Then I understand the frustrations. I know when the fan base starts jumping down your throat and the media is all over you. I know how ridiculously difficult it can be. I get it. But we need Toronto to step up. We need the organization to step up. So many years we've heard, we just need a defenseman. We just need a forward. We just need a goalie. We just. Well, we just need no more excuses. We want to see some changes. If they can't get it done now, move it or lose it. Hey, Richard, what's going on? I just dreamed the Edmonton Oilers and San Jose Sharks. There's a mention of a player on Edmonton named Celebrini. Did the Maple Leafs make a trade? No trades yet, but Celebrini, Malcolm Celebrini, a San Jose Shark, he was phenomenal. He had a big goal today. The San Jose Sharks beat the Edmonton Oilers this afternoon. That was absolutely crazy, and it is a good one. So you're not dreaming. There is a player on the San Jose Sharks named Macklin Celebrini, and he was phenomenal. He always is phenomenal. He was amazing in the Olympics. He's been amazing here, and whoo-wee, so good. You know what else is good? Alexa Bliss is coming out right now. She is going to kick off the Elimination Chamber show and make her way down to the ring. Way to go, Lexi. All right, let's go Leafs. Once we get a change going, I hope we get a change going. I hope it is going to be good. Dave, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. Well, I'm going to hold my words to myself, but we're here to talk about hockey. We're here to celebrate the game of hockey. We're not here to talk about anything else. So we are going to do this one, maybe a little wrestling tonight because we got Elimination Chamber going on with us, but it's all about the sports here tonight. It's going to be a good one. The Oilers have to score 6 goals a game to win. It's unsustainable. That is very, very, very true. Yeah, Chris, isn't she something? She is something. Fierce. She's great. All right, but welcome in wherever you are watching from, whatever platform you are joining from. Thank you for tuning in. It is 7:07 Eastern time. They're going to commercial break. When they return, it should be time to get on the ice. Time to get the party started. Time to get this one going. Man, I cannot wait. We need this. We need this. We want to see some passion. We want to see some energy. It doesn't matter. I can sit here and I can tell you from today till next year, tell you what the Leafs need to do. We can tell you the keys of the game. We can tell you how they need to move the puck, how they need shots from their defensemen, how they need to protect their own house. We can go through all that. But you know what? We've ripped up the paper. We've thrown it away. Right now, at this point, all we need to see is energy, passion, a drive. I want to see that these guys want to win. I want to see that they are here. Cookie, I think your Sabres are lights out right now. The Sabres, they're in a phenomenal place. They're in a great position. And I think the Buffalo Sabres, man, they're going to make some noise. Buffalo Sabres were one of my 4 teams on the most improved list this year, which does include Buffalo, San Jose, Ottawa, and Detroit. Those were my 4 teams that I thought would be the underdogs, that would be the most improved this year. And they certainly have done that. Oh boy, Trent Frederick, please be traded. Darnell Nurse needs to go. I agree, Kevin. Darnell Nurse, ship him out. Just send him, get him. Don't send him to Toronto. Just get him elsewhere. I feel you. Darnell Nurse, I don't hate a lot of players in the National League. I don't despise a lot of players. Darnell Nurse, the hypocrite himself, I absolutely despise him. And it's too bad because Sarah Nurse is such an amazing player. She's such a great person. Darnell Nurse, just blech is about all I can say. That's my technical term on my feelings of Darnell Nurse. Blech. Hey, Antonio, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Again, thank you for being here tonight as we're getting ready. Now, you're going to hear over the next few days, you're going to hear so many, hey, we want this guy traded. We want that guy traded. We need to make this change. We need to make that change. You're going to hear all kinds of nonsense. Do me a favor, unless it's from a reliable source, like an Elliot Friedman, like somebody who is constantly around a Chris Johnston, please don't take it from little YouTuber A, little YouTuber B, little YouTuber C, who thinks they know everything in the world of hockey because they don't. Take it from a reliable source who's around these teams and has sources all around the league, because you're going to hear all kinds of nonsense over the next couple of days. So keep it real, trust your source, and I promise you, I will not post anything unless I read it from a credible source, and I will quote that source. TTT, what's going on? Welcome in. Watch the Maple Leafs bad. I've watched bad Leafs teams play with heart. Never. We got to see some heart. We need to see some heart. Hey, Mason, what's going on? I used to watch you when the Blue Jays were in the playoffs and stuff. Oh, well, thank you for watching. Thanks for coming back over. We appreciate it. Josh, what's going on? Welcome in, buddy. Hope you are doing well. Hey, what's up? Welcome. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Ryan, what's going on? Welcome in. Get him. James, what's shaking? Sharks are starting to look something special. Misa with a nice goal too. Misa looking real good. The Leafs need a big, speedy puck moving D. They said it next season. They've checked out Sam. Don't give the front office any excuse except sell. I want them to sell. I want them to move on. I want them to do something big, but they got to finish out. I can't sit and watch the next 23 games or whatever it is and sit here watching this team without any effort, without any try. Do or do not. There is no try. You got to step up. You got to play. Since when is Elliott is Fridge reliable? Yeah, he's very reliable. He knows his stuff. Friedman knows his stuff. He's got sources all over the place. Like him or hate him, he knows his stuff and he gets it right more often than not. The National Enquirer is National Enquirer, TMZ, BBC, all of those resources, not trustworthy. Take it from the insiders who are true insiders. Let's go. Reports, BS leverage comments from agents trying to max out contracts. Listen, that's the agent's job, right? That's the agent's job. The agents are trying to max out contracts. Agents are trying to get whatever they can get for their players, and that's part of the problem, right? That is part of the problem. This team is not working out. TTT, I agree with you. Not working out at all. Sam, how do you become a member with an iPhone? On an iPhone, that's a good question. I think we got to drop the link in. There's a link that takes you to the member page, and with that link, you can become a channel member. It's weird on an iPhone. I think we have it in our channel description. If you go to our channel description, you should find the link there. Otherwise, if we'll get that link, I think, Dallas, maybe you might have access to it. Drop that members link in there and click that button, become a channel member. Hey, Lizard, what's going on? I hope the Leafs keep Larson. So, Lizard, I'm with you there. I've seen a lot of rumors about Ekman Larson because he's one of those guys that you could get a lot of return from, but I like him a lot. Of all the defense we have, Mason, thank you for the follow. Of all the defense we have, he's the one guy I like the most, and so it would be a shame to lose him. But, hey, if we can get a first and a prospect and something else, if we can get a big return, it might be worth doing. Got to look at everything coming in. Likes 5 on Hawks. CA, that's amazing. That is so funny. This team isn't a full group. No, they're not. They are not. But it's not Fridge's job to report on what the agents say. Well, that's part of kind of what it is, right? Like, you got to report what the sources give you. And he's pretty steady when it comes to things. He's usually right in there with the top. Like I said, it's not a perfect world. Some people are wrong, but he's right way more than he's wrong. All right, the lights are on. We're getting set to start this one up. Linus Ullmark getting the start, 16-8-6. Definitely not the same Ullmark from coming over from Boston. He's had his ups and downs, but he's looking to regain his composure and get back in here. Joseph Wall looking to stand tall from Toronto. He needs to get in here and work. He needs to be big. He needs to be tall. Joseph Wall, gonna get her done. All right, let's flip things over. All the widgets and all the fun stuff will start to pop up as the game gets going. Some of what you see, it's on the screen. It's going to happen in real time, but our reaction and our responses are going to be to the broadcast, which today is on Sportsnet Ontario. Sportsnet Ontario showing us the way. Leafs, Sens, Battle of Ontario starts right now as the Senators going to win the opening draw, going to play this down into the Maple Leaf zone. Leafs coming back to pick this one up, sending it around. Tavares had to come back and help out, get the puck to Benoit. He can't get it past, right back to Tavares, up the middle to Cowan. Cowan going to send it ahead. Now, I don't expect Easton Cowan to have a monumental game tonight. The kid hasn't played in like a month, but hopefully he will do a good job and he will be on his A game. That's what we need to see from the young Easton Cowan. All right, come on, boys. Let's do it. I'm going to just make some adjustments here. This back around at the side, coming in front, McCabe, and it's a touch. And we got our first penalty here already. Well, that didn't take long. That didn't take long at all. So is it an elbow? Nick Cousins. And John Tavares takes it. My God. For a guy who gets hit in the head more than anybody else, John Tavares takes the elbow up high. Where is my... There it is. There it is. So first power play opportunity here. Come on, Leafs. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's make some noise. Power play for Toronto. Whoo-wee. All the way down into the Leafs zone. Leafs going to pick this one up. Going to start to move it ahead. Here comes Morgan Rielly. Going to pass this one back. Austin Matthews. Little flip to Nylander to Tavares. JT tips it in. Allmark going to play it around the boards, trying to pinch it in. They cannot. Ottawa on the far side going to bring this one out, bringing it all the way down the ice. Good work here by Mike Amadio. Finally going to play this over. Morgan Rielly going to bring this one up again. Rielly over to Matty Nyes. Nyes a little head fake. Now he's going to play it ahead. Matthews over the line, loses the handle. The Senators again going to get this one all the way down the ice. Let's go. That Fridge reports on some stuff he knows just because an agent tells him, but he reports it in order to keep his source on. Okay. Back down. Here comes Robertson. Second unit coming on for Toronto. Robertson, nifty little move. Robertson, he's going to go, drops it to McMahon. McMahon sending this in the corner. McMahon going to chip it around. Bobby McMahon is a big conversation piece right now. He wants to stick around, and the question is he worth 5 years at $5 million, or should the Leafs move him along? A lot of these decisions have to come up very, very soon. Glam says, trade Matthews. Not happy with his performance. Bobby Mack to Domi. Domi can't get the shot off. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Leafs have not been able to get anything towards the net. Going to send it over to Domi. To the point. Back over to Domi. Domi down low. Bottom of the faceoff circle. Domi is looking. Sends it back. They still don't shoot. Ekman Larson. Back to Domi. Domi shooting. That one is going to be deflected up and at a play. 11 seconds to go on the power play. Toronto only able to get one shot on goal. That is not going to fly. That is not going to fly. Got to do a little bit better than this. Let's go. Let's see. Bucks. I maybe missed. Check Patreon. Okay, I will check Patreon. Hang on. Putting this one across. Matthews sending it over. Here's Rielly shooting. He scores. I don't believe it. Morgan Rielly. Morgan Rielly, as the penalty expires. Morgan Rielly gets the goal. Does this mean we can't make fun of him? Does this mean we can't make fun of him? Wow. Morgan Rielly getting the goal. Unbelievable. Rick, what's going on? Morgan Rielly. I can't believe it. Allmark was expecting the pass over, and he puts it in. Morgan Rielly. Wow. Second shot on net, and first for Rielly, and he's going to score. So Bucks, up to you if you want to cancel on Patreon and move it over to YouTube. Either or. I appreciate that very much, though, Bucks. So thank you for that. Patreon, more of it comes to the channel, but YouTube, you get some of those added benefits, like the emojis and stuff. Here comes Ottawa. Ottawa, quick shot right on, knocked down. Lawton going to put this one off the boards. 1-0 Toronto. I'm a little flabbergasted right now. Hey, Krista, how's it going? Welcome in. Morgan Rielly. Wow, DV8, what's going on? Welcome in. Patoli, hello there. Morgan Riley. I'm shocked. I guess his wife gave him a stern talking to. Gonna chip this one out. Domi can't get it all the way out. Sen's gonna keep this one in. Pressing, trying to get it down in the corner. Ottawa working in here. Matthews along the boards, gets it over. And there's Jake McCabe, takes a shove from behind. He goes down awkwardly. Gonna be chipped in. Nyes racing down to the Ottawa zone, trying to get back in here. Just about 4 minutes gone in the first period of play. 1-0 Maple Leafs. I can't believe it. Riley's price just went up. Riley's price just through the roof. Told him if he doesn't get a goal, he'll be on the couch. Bobby Mack, he's going to work it up the far side. Toronto over the red line, dumping it in. Easton Cowan racing in. Cowan going to pick it up. Cowan going to slide this around. Ottawa doing a nice job cutting it off. Ridley Gregg was there. Comes to Nick Waugh. Waugh going to back this one up all the way to his own zone. Benoit going to put this one across. Toronto D setting it up in their own end. Long pass up to Cowan. Cowan going to pass it back. He's heading off for a change. Over to Nylander comes the puck. He's going to send it over. Toronto cycling, dropping it back. Michelli, he's picking up speed. They can't get him the puck, though. Benoit playing some catch here with Ekman Larson. He's going to put this in the middle of the ice for Nylander. Willie going to go up far side, cutting through the middle, trying to get it to Tavares. He bobbled it. And the Senators quickly going to move this one up over the line. Here comes Nick Cousins. He's going to drive in, puck coming around the net. Toronto Riley pushing up on his man. He's going to skate away back to the point. Sanderson sliding this over. Here's a shot. Nice save by Wall. Rebound comes across. Artem Zub with a good first shot to start that sequence up. Holy smokes. Let's go. Leafs. Good start. Ottawa, though, they're coming on strong here. The Senators going to send this one down into the Maple Leaf zone. Back to pick this up, pressed up along the boards. Going to dump it right back around. Held in. Good job here by the Senators working the puck around to go to Joshua coming over to take it away. Gets this up to Robertson. Robertson moving the puck quickly up to McCabe. McCabe chasing down. He's going to go deep in the zone here. Getting it over to Robertson. Robertson. Lawton stepping into his man. Robertson and Lawton down low. Robertson with it. Trying to shake him off. Clavin all over him. Going to send it over to Lawton. Lawton trying to dance around. Tavares coming in there now. Good shift here by the Toronto forwards. Sorry, not Tavares. Joshua is digging away. Lawton and Joshua working it. Puck is bouncing off the back end of the net. Taken away by Clavin, and he's going to hold it for a minute. Now work it over to the near side. Senators, a long pass. Going to be tipped in the Leaf zone. Coming to get it. First man there is Lars Eller. Domi and Ekman Larson both step into him. Puck comes to Matthews. Over to Domi. Domi steps away from one. Bad pass. Can't hit Nyes. Senators bringing it right back. Trying to turn the corner around Ekman Larson. Good defensive play as Ekman Larson drives them into the goalpost. Matthew Nyes coming. The net, I think, was knocked off, so they'll fix that. Nyes coming in. We got a whistle. So they couldn't get the net back on quick enough. They're going to blow the whistle and fix that. Batherson coming in hard. Woof. And a good play. Good play. Driving this one through. Hey, Karen and Ken, what's going on? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well as well. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a great night tonight. So again, welcome in, everybody. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button for us. Hit that subscribe button as well. And here we go. The ceremony to recognize the Olympic athletes. Let's listen for the boos. So they announce Ekman Larson. Cheers for Ekman Larson. Team Sweden. Big cheers for William Nylander, also on Team Sweden. And gold medalist and the captain of let's hear. Wow. There's a lot of applause, but there are some boos. Definitely more applause than boos, which is good. You shouldn't boo Austin Matthews. That's terrible. So nice that they recognized Ekman Larson and Nylander as well. So that's good. So more applause. So that's good. That's good to see. And that's the way it should be. Playing in the Olympics, regardless of whoever you play for, is an honor to represent your country. And win, lose, or draw, it is a exceptional experience. Hey, John, this is a home game, so it's the Maple Leafs here in Toronto. I thought it would have been nice. It would have been a nice touch if they would have recognized the Olympians from the Ottawa Senators as well. We have seen that where at some stadiums they have honored all the Olympians from both teams. We saw, especially when Jack Hughes, when they were playing the Sabres in New Jersey, he went over and grabbed Tage Thompson and brought him out on the ice. I thought that was nice as well. They actually booed him. TDS is yeah. Max, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Here we go. Kelly, what's going on? Welcome in. Gonna put this one off the boards. Here's Brady. Brady Tkachuk. He's gonna play this up ice. Over on the far side, Ottawa, sharp shot. That's gonna be deflected wide. Gonna go around. Long pass. Toronto's breakout passes is one area they need to work on for sure. Ottawa going to put it right back in. Down in the corner. Carlo going to take a hard hit by Brady. Over to Riley, who shovels it along. Off of Nylander. He's going to pick it back up. Nylander to the middle of the ice. Here comes Toronto. Carlo hits that red line. Going to dump it in. About 12 minutes to go here in period number 1. Yeah, Bart, it really, really is. Really, really is. Oh, yeah, Max, for sure. Quick shot on Wall. Wall going to hang on to it. Thought about sliding across to drop it, but it's going to be a stoppage in play. So we're going to get a face-off coming up. So tough place. Thank you for hitting that subscribe. Good start, tough pace now as the Ottawa Senators. They've picked up their pace of play. And I got to adjust this here momentarily. Let's get this going. All right, there we go. Move this back over here. Perfect. Let's do it. Leafs going to get this one down the ice. Nice little stick check there by Matthew Nyes. Coming back, the Senators going to bring it back in their own zone, able to take it away. What's up, Al? How's it going? Welcome in. This turnaround. So it was Morgan Riley who got the goal. Mitch Marner. Morgan Riley getting the goal, which is unbelievable. Good for him. Bringing it back around. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe. St. Jimmy, appreciate you hitting that sub. Welcome in to the community. This is going to be played across. Senators going to flip this one out all the way down the ice, down in the corner. Rhea Ripley now entering the chamber. She's going to come in like a tower of power. We are watching Elimination Chamber here in the corner. Yeah, Raven, we're not going to talk about that because I thought it was completely inappropriate and ridiculous, and now it's spreading like wildfire. Here comes Ottawa. Quick shot off the goalpost. The Senators hit the goalpost. Going to bang it around. Trying to dig this one free. Waugh coming back. He's going to work it. Nice little sidestep. Nick Waugh going to bring it out. Giving it over to Bobby McMahon. Bobby Mack going to slide this one down the ice. Cowan coming in after it. Cowan able to get it around one. He's going to come in banging and crashing against Jordan Spence. Good job there by Easton Cowan. But the Senators are going to get it out. Trying to get it past Riley. They can't. Riley going to back up with it. Going to play this one across. No worries, Raven. It's all good. It's all good. This is going to be tipped through. So let's go. Let's do this one. Back over. So the Leafs will be this side here. Will be the Leafs. The blue dots and X's are the Leafs. The red on the far side will be the Senators in terms of their shots. Going to put this one all the way back to Carlo. Carlo back to pick this one up. Let's go. Going to send it around, and Swayman going to set it up here behind the net. Here comes Michelli trying to take it away. The Senators working. What a dangle there. Here comes the Ottawa Senators. Up all the way down. Dylan Cousins just went between the legs of Michelli. That was a sick play. Dylan Cousins, what hands. Tavares going to dump this one down. Under 10 minutes to go in the first period. 4 shots for the Senators. 2 here for the Maple Leafs. And they do have the first goal. Let's go. Here they come. Senators shooting. They score. The Senators taking the shot, beating Joseph Woll up high. Ooh, that was not good. Hey, Terry, what's going on? Go, Leafs, go. Dan's happy. Dan's happy. Dan likes that one. Dan likes that one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Woll goes down. That one just beats him up high. Brady Tkachuk puts it to the middle of the ice. A little wrist shot by the hash marks. And Woll down, ducking, getting the glove up, and just beats him up high. 9:01 to go in the first. We're all tied up. Great shot. A rocket shot. Thomas Chabot gets the goal. Tkachuk and Cousins pick up the helpers. Yikes. That was one that has to be stopped. That was one that needs to be stopped. Can't let that one go through. My goodness. Dumps it in, doesn't skate. Yeah, not a good play there whatsoever. That's just something that really should not happen. Toronto needs to be able to play a little bit harder than that. You got to be a little bit better than that one. That was an ugly play all the way around. But hey, we are tied. Defensive zone kind of breakdowns. Let's go. You know, it's funny. There's so much hate online for Brady Tkachuk for years and years and years. Listen, he's a guy that just he'll hit you, he'll hurt you, he'll cheap shot you. He does all that nonsense. But he is a tough son of a gun, and I can't stand him either. But I think it's so funny, the hate that Brady has. He will punish you. He will make you pay. And that's a guy that if he was on this team, people would love him. People would absolutely love him. So it's kind of funny that way. Yeah, DV, that is a problem for sure. Right? That is a problem for sure. And that becomes the question, right? When you talk about personnel, we usually focus on the personnel on the ice. We got to look at our bench. We have to look at the strategies that are coming through. What's up, Wayne? I liked his dad. His dad was a tough guy, too. His dad would punish you. Brady is good with head games. Yeah, he is. First of all, he's one of those guys, and there's a handful of them. My favorite of all time was, oh my goodness. Why my brain just went bonkers. I see his face and I can't say his name. When you mic up guys like that, when you mic them up, Jeremy Roenick, when you mic those guys up, they're absolutely hysterical. Brett Hull was a good trash talker too. There comes the Senators, a hammering shot from the point. Nice save, rebound, slashing it. That's going to go high up and over the net. Back around on the far side, Domi trying to get it over to Matthews. Matthews picking it up, passes it right into the broken stick, still able to cover. Now Toronto gives it away through the middle of the ice. Here come the Senators. Drop pass, quick shot. That's going to go wide and come all the way out of the zone. Sens picking it up again. Hey, Dan, Ryan Reeves went to San Jose. He went to San Jose. Banging and crashing here on the corner, trying to bring this one through. Slackers. Brett Hull, he is legendary. Chris, if you listen to their podcast, I think it's called Ice Warriors. It's Brett Hull, Tony Twist, and there's another guy who I can't think of right now. So funny. Here's a long shot and a nice glove save by Joseph Woll. They talk about all the good old days and all the shenanigans they used to get up to. It was great. It was really, really good. I'd rather have Brad Marchand than Brady Tkachuk. Joshua, those are tough choices, right? Those are tough choices, but I would probably tend to agree with you. All right, trying to get this shot fired off. Was in the crease, no goal. That toe, Rick. The Dallas days. Here's a long shot. That one sails just wide. Brett Hall. He was one of my favorites. I got a great picture. Kelly Chase. Thank you, Chris. Me and Brett Hall, arm in arm, nothing but smiles. I was a happy hockey fan. He was a little buzzed. It was a great photo. I'll see if I can look that one up. This coming around behind. Here's Carlo. Carlo gonna move. Actually, is Noah here? When you go upstairs, can you grab one of my picture albums off the dresser? I think it's in there. Going between the legs. Here's a backhand. Knocked down. Take a flip through and see if you see all the pictures with the celebs. This coming around behind. I got to show you this Brett Hall picture if we can find it. Here's a long shot coming across, digging it in front. Big scrum in front of Joseph Wall. Joseph Wall has it. And Brady Tkachuk. Joshua grabs Brady Tkachuk by like the back of his jersey and just pulls him like a lost puppy away from the front of the net. Drags him out there. Oh, Dakota Joshua. That's what we love to see. And we got a penalty. A couple penalties might be called here. So let's see what the officials are going to call. Simon Benoit is going to the box. The question is, will he be the only one? So he does run Brady originally. No penalty there yet. At least the referee doesn't have it. Now he ties up Ridley Gregg. He takes down Ridley Gregg. That is where the penalty is called. And then Joshua pulling him off. That was pretty funny. Sounds good, Prep. To the right of the TV on one of the shelves. I think they're lying flat. So Benoit goes for tripping. Senators, a chance on the power play. Tkachuk, Cousins, Stutzla, Batherson, Sanderson, the squad here. Skittles, what's going on? Good to see you again. Scramble off the draw comes to McCabe. McCabe going to bank this one off the boards and down the ice. Sometimes buzzed is the only way to get a foot. Right, Jonathan? They make for the best. They make for the best. This coming down. No, it won't be Al, but you know what? We'll still be here. Here they come. Senators working it across. Quick shot. Got a piece and sending that one just wide. Good job there by Joseph Wall. Senators back around behind the net. Leafs just hanging them out to dry right now. 10 shots for the Senators and counting. Only 2 for the Maple Leafs. McCabe gets taken down. Ottawa walking out of the corner. Back to the high slot. Cross shooting. Nice save by Timmy Stu getting the shot off, and Joseph Wall coming across. Stutzla with a nice save. Back to the point. Over to Stutzla again, trying to center it. That's knocked down. And Nick Waugh going to send this one all the way down. Wow. How are the nachos? Oh, gotta love the nachos. Hey, Reese, what's going on? Welcome in. You're very welcome. Thanks for joining us here today. Over to Pinto. Pinto coming up. Playing this across. Senators to Pinto again, shooting. And Joseph Wall again is going to come up with a big save here. Whew. Unreal. Senators are just shooting some more. Leafs got this first goal by Morgan Riley. Yes, that is correct. Things have slowed down drastically since then. Leafs still have a chance for the playoffs. They do, Krista. A very, very small chance. Hey, RK, how's it going? Bringing this one around. What do you... Oh, you could have just brought me... You didn't have to take the pages out. All right. So digging this one through, let me show you. My goodness. These are hysterical photos. These are hysterical photos. Here they come, digging them through. I'll show you at the next commercial break. You're not going to want to miss this. Maybe we'll save it for the intermission. There's only 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left to go. Here they come. Deflection right on. Wall made the save. Puck is loose. Puck is loose. Going to play this one all the way back. And it's going to come all the way down. Shabbat back to pick this one up for the Senators. Let's go. Senators taking a look. Nylander coming up on the forecheck. Ottawa going to work the far side of the ice. Stepping over, coming in, going to chip this towards right in the chest of Joseph Woll. He's going to hang on to it. DV, thank you so much. All right, so coming up here at the first intermission, I'm going to show you some of these absolutely ridiculous pictures, and we'll see if you can guess the people in the pictures. We'll see if you can guess them. There's one here, I don't even remember who this model was. Did I write the name on the back? No, of course not. I think I remember who it is, but I'll give you a teaser. Here's a teaser. This was a long time ago. So do you know this model? Because I don't remember. Do you know who this is? Trying to tilt it down so it doesn't pick up the light. So there it is. The green screen doesn't help. So pretty awesome. I think I remember who it is, but let's see if you can guess. See if you can guess. We're talking, this is probably, I don't know, it's a very long time ago. She was popular on the WB. I don't know. I actually didn't know where she was from. You're trying to prep. That's amazing. That's funny. So I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look up the name I think it is to see if that is actually the person. I believe it is, and I'm pretty sure that is, yep, that's 100% who it is. Okay. Okay, so we'll save it. We'll save it. It was a very long, long time ago. So we got some more of these. You guys are going to laugh. It's not Busy Phillips. It's not Phoebe from Friends. This is way before Friends was even a thing. Here comes Toronto. They're going to move this one around. Not Pam Anderson. Here comes Nylander. Nylander driving through. Tavares going to get this. Tavares going to work this one back. Michelli there as well. Going to come free. Cousins is going to race in for it. He gets put in the boards. Ridley Gregg taking it down deep. Toronto trying to move it around, but they cannot move it fast. A few model autographs in the car. That's going to be an icing. So that model is Kim Alexis. Kim Alexis, famous throughout the 70s and 80s. She appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated, Vogue, Glamour, Cosmo. So she was a big model back in the 80s. So Kim Alexis. I can show you again for sure. Again, it's hard with this green screen and the lights. I'm trying to tilt it down. There you go. Me and Kim Alexis. That's going way back. Going to bring this across. 350, excuse me, to go here in the first period. 14-2, the shots on net now. And it looks like Rhea Ripley, to no surprise, is going to win the women's chamber match. So Rhea Ripley going to go to WrestleMania. Here's a long pass. This one tipped in all the way in, and it's going to be an icing call. Was she on Dallas? That's cool. From the Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, you guys are so funny. That's okay. I had no idea who she was either. You know, the one picture you guys didn't bring down was Dave Coulier. So along with these pictures, I have a picture with Dave Coulier as well from full house. It's pretty cool. Here's Matthews. Matthews going to chip this one out. Dave Coulier, big hockey guy. You were just kidding. Thanks, Rick. You had me fooled for sure. Down in the Leaf zone, going to play this one around. Trying to get it out. Toronto having trouble. Ottawa's played most of this period in the Leafs' end now. 14-2 the shots. Less than 3 minutes to go. Even Googling, you don't know Kim Alexis. Definitely not who you thought it was. Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't know who she was either. Driving it around. Joey from Full House. That's right. Cut it out. Going to bring this one down. Ottawa in their own zone. Cowan and McMahon putting some pressure, forcing Cleveland to go back around his own net. And the Sens going to work it up. Zetterlund trying to feed it through. That play is going to be broken up just by an errant pass. Down around behind the net comes to Cowan. Easton Cowan. He's going to carry. Cowan still going. Take it all the way. And the Leafs going to come in offside. An extra move there at the end. And Carlo coming in offside. Come on, Carlo. Got to be better than that. Got to be better than that. Sam had a... Could be. There are little ones running around here, although they're not really that little. They're teenagers now. Hayden, what's going on? Welcome in. I also wondered who Dave cheated on Alanis with. Turns out it was Sam. That's right. I actually saw Alanis headlining a festival in Barrie, Molson Park in Barrie. Alanis Morissette headlined. Our Lady Peace was on just before her. She's pretty amazing. Dan, you're hysterical. Alanis told Dave Coulier, he said, listen, Dave, I met this guy, Samwelb. Your sis was at that concert? Law's Place. That was the first festival I ever went to. Dinosaur Jr. got booed off the stage. Wild Strawberries were amazing. Our Lady Peace, of course, was great. And then Alanis was awesome. Here comes Toronto. 2 minutes to go. Going to chip this one down off the boards. Kachuk with it. Going to cycle it over. Spence, another cycle. Robertson was coming in. Now it's a long aerial pass going up top. Going to bring it down. The Maple Leafs get the puck. Quick flip pass over to Lawton. Lawton going to turn. He's going to dump it in. Going to chase. Lawton and Robertson both coming in on the forecheck. They're banging and crashing. Robertson held up. Sen's going to work it. Oh, they turn it over. Leafs with a chance to keep it in. No, it's going to come out. Minute and a half to go here. Flip pass. Coming to McCabe. McCabe steps into the zone. He's going to throw this one across. Nylander pulls up, stops. Nylander with it. Willie trying to cut through. Willie's going to lose the puck. And darn it, Willie, you do this too many times. Stick handling in such a small area. Senators bringing it back, going through, and they're going to shoot it just wide. Hey, Paul, what's going on? Welcome in. My goodness. Nylander here trying to tie it up again. Willie going to flip this back across. Come on, Leafs, let's go. Last minute of play in this period. Coming up, we're going to show you some of these photos, and you can take a guess on who they are. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button for us. Over the line, here come the Senators. Long shot, nice save. Joseph Wall hanging tall. Man, oh man, my man. That was tough. That was very tough. Before Atlantis got dark. Leafs only have 2 shots on net. 2 shots on net. Oh, man. 2 shots on net. Wow. Think of all the things you've done in the day today, and you've probably done them more than twice. It's going to be played around. 2 shots. Pathetic. Toronto going to be putting the boards. 16-2. Here comes Nyes. Nyes, 20 seconds to go. Has it knocked off his stick. He's digging around, trying to come through. Hey, Thomas. Puck is going to hop into the corner. And here come the Senators. 13 minutes to go. These guys are driving. Putting it into the zone. Batherson across. Here's a long shot off the blocker. Going to go around over to the other side. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. And the misery of the first period comes to an end. Thank goodness. That was a tough first period. Shots on goal, 16-2. Maple Leafs in the faceoff circle, 52.9%. Both teams 0 for 1 in the power play. 14 hits for Ottawa, 8 for Toronto. 3 block shots for the Maple Leafs, 1 for the Senators. 2 giveaways apiece. What? What about them? I'm going to show them right now. All right, let's take a look at this. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to show you these pictures, and I got to cover up a couple faces here. And you have to guess who these players are. So we're going to start with this first one. Oh, this is so awkward. Who are these guys? Oh, come on, green screen. Who are these guys? Can you tell? I know it's hard. I know it's hard. So let's see if you can guess. I know it's tough. I know it's tough the way the green screen goes. Kevin, that's amazing. Okay, let's see. Not Mario. There it is. He-Man's dad comes through. Chris Chelios and Ed Belfour. Chris Chelios and Ed Belfour. There you go. There you go. Picking that right up there. Eddie the Eagle. Ed Belfour, Chris Chelios. And I tell you, Chris Chelios was one of those guys I hated so much. I could not stand Chris Chelios so much. All right. Shows my age. No, it was a good pick. It was a good pick. All right. Here's another one for you. This one might be tough. This one might be tough. Who is that baby face? Who is that baby face? Let's see if maybe I'll put it down low for the folks watching on the other platform. Let's see. Let's see. Apparently Chelios played till 48, something like that. There it is. He-Man's dad. Ding, ding, ding. He-Man's dad knows his faces. There you go. Pat LaFontaine. That's right. Pat LaFontaine. I was a huge Pat LaFontaine fan. Huge Pat LaFontaine fan. All right, let's go. We'll save those ones for last. All right, this is probably my favorite picture of all time. This is the one I was telling you about. Come on, is that not the greatest picture? Two guys having some fun. Me and Brett Hall, arm in arm, all smiles. What a great photo there. Me and Brett Hall, arm in arm. Awesome. Awesome. Check the name on Google. We're not worthy. So good. Brett Hall is so good. It was such a great moment. And so it's actually a funny story about this picture. I'll bring it back up here. It's actually a funny story. It's actually a funny story, me with Brett. So we were trying to take it. And back then, there were no disposable cameras, right? No digital cameras. They were all film cameras. So my brother had the camera. And it was one of those, if you remember the old cameras, you got to take the picture and you got to flip the thing to forward to the next one. So my brother's trying to take the picture and he's fiddling with the camera. And Brett and I are arm in arm and he's making fun of my brother. He's like, come on, kid, don't you know how to take a picture? Push the button. So he is really giving it to him. And the two of us were just having a good time. So great photo. Brett Hall, thank you for everything. This was awesome. One of my favorite pictures. He was so good. Such a nice guy. Oh, Brett Hall. Brett Hall. He wishes. Let's go. Thanks, Dan. That was a million years ago. That was a long time ago. All right, now here are some of the ones. All right, here's one. Let's start with this one. I gotta cover up here. Here's one. Let's see if you know this man. There it is. You know this guy. Again, we're both young in this picture. So there it is. We'll see if you can guess this one. See if you can guess this one. Shared a limo too. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. Bonesy, there it is, Rick. Bonesy. And it's funny because this picture with Bonesy and I, Bonesy and I have a little bit of a history. So obviously we met here. We met again later in life when I did a little bit of work at the Fan 590 and Bonesy was there. So pretty cool. But he was awesome. Super nice guy. And again, very, very friendly. Looks like Bob McKenzie. Joe Bowen was the guy. Okay, I got 3 left. 3 left for you to guess. This is a good one. This is a good one. All right, let's go. Bam. Bam. Come on. There you go. This guy, very young back then. Who do you think? Who do you think? I know, last year for Bonesy. Ray Bork, there you go, a little Ray Bork action. Ray Bork, man, Ray, you got a wrestler, Ray Bork. He was so good. Ray Bork was awesome. Ray Bork was absolutely awesome. Okay, now these ones, which one do we do first? All right, we'll do this one first. We'll do this one first. This one, these two, we saved them because they're for our Leaf fans, for the Leaf fans. Boom. Let's see. Everybody's got to know this guy. Everybody knows this man. He is so awesome. I'm not even going to give a hint. You should just know. Should just know. Gotta love the spell check. Gotta love the spell check. Felix Potvin, there it is. The cat, Felix Potvin. I mean, how good was Felix Potvin in Toronto? Felix, the cat, was so amazing. He was so stellar. Felix Potvin. That was great. Okay, and then the last one. Do I have the other one with me? No, maybe. All right, we'll go with this one. I may have one more. I'm not a Leafs fan. I don't know. It's the cat, Felix Potvin. And then here he is again. Some history with this gentleman. He helped us with the intro on our channel. Here he is many, many moons ago. One of the best Maple Leafs, a short time in the Maple Leaf jersey, but one of the best. We all looked up to this guy. He was absolutely centered. That's right. A very young Dougie Gilmour, a very young Dougie Gilmour. So awesome. All right, so I'm going to put these over here. You can take them when ready. Hopefully that's going to fall. There we go. So there it is, a little Dougie Gilmour, always coming through. So those are from an event we went to, again, a long time ago. And I got one more. I think I have it on my phone here. One more, and I know I've showed this one before. Let's see if I do indeed have it here. I got a lot of fun ones here. We could show, we know this guy here. There it is, a little Tucker action, a little more recent. That's not the one I wanted to show you, though. I gotta have it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. The man, the myth, the legend. Let me unplug my phone so I can do this properly. Whoops. Yeah, I messed it up. Get rid of that. There we go. Boom. There we go. Come on. There we go. Brett Hall was good. This one was even better. This is probably my favorite hockey picture. The Brett Hall is up there as probably my best, one of my best photos. This is my favorite hockey photo of all time. Got to play on the Leafs practice ice, got to wear the Leafs jersey, got to hang out with Daryl Sittler. So that was pretty epic. And you know, it was a fun story. It was a fun story that night. I've kind of mentioned this story before. You know, we had a chance to go play a shinny game with some folks. We got invited to go. And I was excited because you walk in, you know, you're sitting in the dressing room on the Leafs practice ice, their practice facility, Maple Leaf logo everywhere. They hand you the jersey. You get to put it on. You get that feeling, right? That feeling of when, you know, that crest kind of gets on your chest. And man, I was way over my head. I was so over my head in that game. It was hard to keep up, but it was a lot of fun. And getting to do it and spend some time with Daryl Sittler was absolutely amazing. So very, very, very cool. Daryl Sittler for the win. And that's today's episode of Show and Tell. So very, very cool. I know we're talking about Show and Tell. So I've talked about this picture before, and I know we got some wrestling fans in the chat. One of my favorite non-hockey photos, since I have my phone here, this was and again, if you were, Chris, are you being serious? Daryl Sittler is one of the greatest Leafs of all time. He scored 10 points in a single game, the only man to do so. So here it is for my wrestling fans out there. I lost my mind over meeting this gentleman, and I will tell you the story behind it. So there you go. If you can tell who that guy is, I'm losing my mind. He's like, kid, get off of me. Bret the Hitman Hart. That's right. Bret Hart, Canadian legend. So as the story goes, that's right. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Bret Hart, shortly before this, punched out Vince McMahon. So if you remember the Montreal Survivor Series, the Montreal Screwjob, they got into it and Bret punched him out. And when we went to this event, Bret wasn't shaking hands with his right hand. His hand was still broken from punching out Vince McMahon. So he was shaking people, you know, kind of doing the left-handed grab. And we were actually sitting at the table together. So we got to sit there together. It was absolutely amazing. And, you know, I don't get starstruck a lot. I've been lucky enough that I've met a lot of athletes and stuff over the years. Hey, Lewis, good evening. And I actually got very choked up meeting Bret, because if you're a wrestling fan, Bret Hart was your guy, and the whole Bret Shawn thing was absolutely crazy. And that was the one moment I was beyond choked up. And, you know, I got to say my thing. He signed all his autographs for me. He signed a million things. And when he signed them back then, he'd write his name, Bret Hart. He'd put dots for all the championship belts he won. And then he wrote WWF, put a big X through it, wrote WCW, and put a circle around it, which was pretty cool. And, yeah, it was pretty awesome. And then it was funny because shortly after that, I don't think it was the next night. It might have been the next weekend. It was sometime shortly after that event. I was at a Raptor game, and he was there as well. And maybe it was years later. I don't remember. But I remember he was at the Raptor game, and we kind of went down to the floor, and the security was keeping everybody away from him. And everyone was calling, Bret, Bret, Bret. And when security wouldn't let me through, I kind of said, Bret, how's it going? And he turned around, he looked, and he pointed, and he kind of waved me over to say, hey, security, it's okay. And he actually remembered who I was, which was pretty cool. So it was a couple of great moments with Bret Hart, which was absolutely amazing. I met a total of 0 pro athletes. Someday you'll get a chance. You'll get a chance. Used to know Jericho. Really, Krista? Interesting. Very interesting. You play golf. Nice. Michael, I'd love to. I'd love to someday do some PWHL games for sure. Dallas, I've been very, very lucky in that regard. You know, you go to some of these charity events and you get a chance to see. I had a chance. A lot of those hockey players were from the NHL award dinners, so now they do it in Vegas. Back in the day, it used to be in Toronto, and they all used to go to the convention center downtown. So it was a very, very cool event. And you get a chance to run into some of these people just out of dumb luck. But, you know, for every good experience with you also have the bad experiences or the ones that don't go your way. And I think I've told the story about when I ran into Josh Donaldson at a breakfast place downtown Toronto, and he was not a nice person. So these things happen. My dad used to wrestle with Mad Dog and Coco. Coco, loved Coco. Very cool. That is very cool. So yeah, those are my stories. Those are my stories. Always a good time. I'm glad I got to share them with you. And I'm listening to local hockey on radio tonight. Going with the radio. Bradley, man, there's something about the old school radio. I met Giroux and Cousins in a Tim Hortons. That is cool. That is very cool. What was Claude Giroux like? I feel like Giroux would have been just a chill, kind of down-to-earth guy. He seems like a pretty cool guy. Giroux and Cousins at the Timmy's. Those are the best. We went to, when I was really young, we went to a game in Buffalo, and we were staying at a hotel around the corner from the old Buffalo Auditorium, and it was where the visiting teams were. So we ran into the New York Rangers were there. When you kind of pass them in the hallway and stuff, it was pretty cool. Hey, what's going on? Elimination Chamber's going on okay right now. It's Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. I haven't really been talking much about it, but Becky Lynch and AJ Lee mixing it up right now. I've got some pictures with Matt Dunnigan and Gizmo, a few other CFL guys. Nice. Gizmo was something else. Gizmo was very, very cool. You know what? I was a big fan before I got involved with the CFL. When I was younger and I used to go as a season ticket holder, I used to have season tickets to the Argos. You could buy them. It was $100, $99 in the end zone for Argonauts season tickets. So a friend and I went and split season tickets. And this was during the, Pinball and Paul Mazzotti and Doug Flute, like during that generation, that era. And it was so exciting. It was so much fun. It was McSorley. Now that's a heck of a person to meet, Chris. Man, the McSorley Domi fight or McSorley Clark fight was absolutely wild. Josh, you ran Bo Levi Mitchell. That's a good pickup. Super nice. Signed my jersey and everything. Most nice guy I ever met at the same time for Cousins. Oh, very cool. That's good to know. I like hearing those stories. I would love, you run into those guys at a Timmy's. I know it's a little quick hello, but it's so good when they're willing to spend some time and tell stories. It was awesome. Probably were there in John Candy and Gretzky. Yeah, absolutely. Back in that era. Never met them, though. I met Gretzky a different time, not during the Argos era. Never met John Candy either. But yeah, there's a great picture. There's a famous picture of John Candy with his arm up, kind of on the sideline. When I did some work for the Argonauts, we had that hanging in the office. It was such a great photo. You met John once. Oh, that's so cool. All right, let's get set. Period number 2 is coming right up. Let's go. Leafs in trouble. Even though it's a 1-1 game, they're getting outshot big time. This being pinched up along the boards, trying to come out in front. All right. No shots for the Leafs in the last 17 game minutes. Yikes, that's bad. Dumping this one down. Right on. Wall is going to play it. So we're going to see the Leafs with only 2 shots right now. When are they going to come through with something? Uncle Buck was so good. The Great Outdoors also was phenomenal. This coming around. Hey there, Mike. What's going on? The Horton fam. My wife was best friends with. Oh, very cool, Mike. Very cool. Tavares going to put it around the boards. Toronto still hasn't directed anything towards the net. Senators going to play this one around. A minute gone here in the second period. Here come the Sens. Going to work this one all the way down. Giroux going to leave it here. Driving, turning the corner down to an E. Back up. Big collision in front of the net. Joseph Woll is down. He got clipped in the back of the head hard. So Joseph Woll is down. He's struggling a little bit. Drake Batherson went down hard into the net. Timmy Stützle is down as well. They're all trying to get up. And Joseph Woll, he got run into really, really hard. The trainer comes out immediately at I couldn't tell which one of the Senators it was, came over the back of his head and hit him pretty good. So Stetcher has to back up. He gets walked around. Batherson crashes down, Batherson goes down. He comes across. Stützle gets kind of knocked up and over, and he crashes down. It was Stutzla's leg, I think, that crashes into Joseph Woll's head. Yeah, his left leg, the knee kind of hits Woll in the side of the head. So Woll is going to kind of stretch out here. A big collision. I'm actually surprised the concussion spotters are not pulling him out after that. Stützle's stretching out that leg on the bench. But that was a pretty nasty collision. That could have been a lot worse. You also met Carlson when you were younger. You signed your credit. Nice. Golly, that is awesome. Bringing this back around. Domi trying to dig this one free. Going to send it all the way down the ice. Nice trying to get in here. He's going to chip it in the corner, putting it around Zub in front. Jam plays, side of the net. Lawton trying to put it through. He can't do it. We'll see if the shooters, they do give him a shot on net. Hey, there you go. The Leafs are up to 3. They only go 18 minutes without a shot. Here comes Domi. Domi going to put this one across. Up over the line, chipping this one in. Down, trying to stop it, knock it down. Playing it across. Toronto in front to Matthews. He can't pull the trigger. Come on. My goodness. Turn it to, oh boy, Garash. Here comes Toronto into the zone, trying to turn the corner. Benoit lost it. Everybody's trying to do it individually here. Everybody's trying to go individual efforts. That's not going to work. This is going to play it around, down over at the side. Here's a long shot. Wall going to kick this one over. I don't think he realized where it went. Ekman Larsson playing it around behind the net. Benoit can't get it. Cowan can't get it. The puck does come out, comes all the way down the ice. Ottawa going to turn, trying to play this one back up. They need to roll with this. Long pass, getting it to the red line. Bobby Mack digging, Easton Cowan digging, and it's fished all the way back. Toronto, Stetcher going to pass it up, trying to come through. Here comes Ottawa yet again. Ottawa dominating this hockey game right now in offensive zone time. Playing this back around to the line. Here's a long shot. In front, they score. Ottawa takes the lead. DC, Dylan Cousins is going to slide this one home. Oh man, that was bad. Ekman Larsson chasing his guy around the ice all the way up to the blue line. The puck comes through. It hits Stetcher. Stetcher was kind of coming over to cover his man. He comes in front, but it goes off Stetcher right to the stick of Cousins, and it actually hits Stetcher, hits Cousins' leg, drops down, and Cousins buries it. Stetcher's, man, he's cut. Stetcher's got a cut on his nose. He's going to get that cleaned up. Oh. And we got a tap out. Hang on, we got a tap out. Becky Lynch taps out. New Women's Intercontinental Champion, AJ Lee. AJ Lee is your new Women's Intercontinental Championship. Unbelievable. Mike, that's pretty cool. That was a pinball pass. That was a pinball pass. Oh my goodness. I can't believe. 20 shots now for the Senators. Domi going to slide this one in. Putting this one back around. Long pass. Senators working. Domi going to get a stick on it. Knocking it down. Loose puck in the middle. Nye's trying to come across. He can't get there. Trying to drive through. Just cannot do it. Diggin trying to come across, trying to come through. Let's go. Matthews working in. It's going to come out and all the way down the ice. McCabe putting this one around. Michelli keeping it in. Here's a long pass. The Maple Leafs chipping it in. Getting knocked around. Back over. Nylander to the side. Michelli, he's spinning around. Back down to Willie. Willie behind the net. Nylander. Look at Nylander spinning away from a hit. Nylander feeding this back across. Stetcher, here's a long shot. That one's going to sail just wide. Come on, guys. Got to put it in the net. 5 minutes gone here in this second period of play. And it's a race back. Toronto, Stetcher going to win this one. That was a close call, though. Amadio was right there. Maple Leafs running all over each other. Tavares going to get it to Willie. Willie back over to Tavares. Tavares turning around. Going to play it back in his own zone. Quick pass up to Michelli, who dumps it in. Tavares is going to race in here, but Ottawa comes away with the puck, and they're going to play it back and set this one up. Let's go. Let's go. Going to chip this one in, and that's offside. Offside. My goodness. Ottawa's just finding ways to get things towards the net. Ottawa's just driving in here. It's sad but true. So Timmy Stutzla getting a little shaken up here. He's going to go to the bench.
It's hard enough to play the game when the opponent's trying to get you. He gets pretty hard hits from his own player.
Yeah, he didn't feel good coming into the game, but he feels worse right now.
Come on. And a very late line change here from the Ottawa Senators. A very late line change. 14.5 to go. So Leafs face off. Can't win this one back around. Senators doing a good job with this puck. They're just playing keep away right now. Again, the Leafs still sitting on only 3 shots on net. You can't score if you don't shoot. Carlo, what are you doing, Carlo? Here's McMahon. McMahon, he's going to carry this one up, giving it over to Cowan. Back over to McMahon. McMahon driving, long shot. That one's going to go wide. This back around. Here's Ridley Gregg. Ridley Gregg trying to slide it through. That's broken up by Ekman Larson. Riley blows a tire, goes down in the corner. Riley falls more than anybody else. Here comes Easton Cowan. Cowan going to bring this one in over the line. Back to Ekman Larson. Going to send it over to Easton Cowan. Easton Cowan cycling it in the corner here. Bobby McMahon back up top to Ekman Larson. Going to send this one across. Here's a long shot on net. Nick Waugh trying to knock it down. Playing it back up to Benoit. Back over to Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh being pushed on the boards. And the Senators going to take this one away, and they're going to send this one down. Hey, Todd, what's going on? Welcome in. Digging around on the side, trying to play this across. And here they come, bringing it back around. Holy smokes. Deep in the corner, Tavares in here digging, comes to Nick Robertson. Robertson sending it towards the net, and that's going to be gloved down. Leafs will get another shot on goal, but it's not enough. They're not making him pay. Not making him pay. Holy smokes. Hey, Todd, what's going on? Welcome in. Let's go. Senators outplaying big time here. Who won the female elimination chamber match? It was Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won the female elimination chamber match. And AJ Lee just beat Becky Lynch to become your new female intercontinental champion. That's right. Olivia, Leafs need to score. Leafs need to put this one in. Yeah, Davey boy, it's tough. This is a challenge, right? It's a serious challenge. It's just ugly here. It is absolutely ugly what these Leafs are doing. They got to figure it out. They got to figure it out and figure it out real quickly because it's just not working for them. It's just not working for them. Next Leaf game, let's take a look. I believe it's Monday night. I believe it is Monday night, if I'm not mistaken. It is Monday against the Philadelphia Flyers, and then Wednesday against the New Jersey Devils. Wednesday is also release day for Upper Deck Series 2, so we'll probably have a box to crack during that. So we'll have some hockey. We'll have some hockey cards. It's going to be a fun night. Sens run Ontario. Will the Leafs win tonight? Well, it's tough to say. Not the way they're playing right now. Not the way they are playing right now. But hopefully they can figure it out and wake up. They're only down by 1. They're still in this hockey game. Thursday is your son's birthday. I don't think we have anything on Thursday. Oh, yes, we do. So Thursday is the New York Rangers. So they go Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then next Saturday, they play the Lightning. I will not be available, I don't believe, next Saturday night. But we'll get lots of hockey coming up this week. Side of the net. Michelli trying to center it. That one is knocked down. Leafs up to 4 shots now. 4 shots. Trying to bring this one across. Digging it through. Sen's going to send this one out. Kachuk. Cross ice to Tavares. Tavares getting it to Nylander. Nylander getting pressed along the boards. That drive is going to come to a sudden end. I don't think video is going to help them. They need a lot more going on. Here comes Toronto sending it back. Bad pass. Riley get back. He is. Here come those Senators up over the line through the middle with a shot. Deflected high. And that's going to hit the mesh. 12:18 to go. 12:18 to go. And yes, a very happy early birthday for Lala's son. So Zub trying to get past, or Nylander trying to get past Zub. Goes up high a little bit, and Zub putting him into the boards. And Zub is having a little bit of trouble over on the bench. Making a cake, doing some icing. Nice. All the good stuff. Here's McCabe, going to play it around the boards. Back up over Stetcher. Long pass into the zone. Here comes Toronto cutting through. Matthew Nyes loses the handle. Good to see Nyes is skating hard, though. His knee must be feeling much better. Stetcher putting it across. Over to Nyes again. Nyes going to chip this one into the zone. Nyes racing in after it. Matthews coming in on Shabbat. Shabbat plays this around. Senators up the middle. Here they come as Stützle. Stützle going wide. He's going to pull up along the boards. Stützle trying to shake off his man. Going to put this one over to the far side. Back in the middle. Shabbat. Toe drag shooting into the glove. And a nice save here by Joseph Wall. Wow. Good little play. Good little play. Needed to get up and take that one in. Maple Leafs, come on, guys. Let's go. Hey, Donald. They're in real trouble like last night, no Easton Cowan, and tonight they're starting and they're on a... Yeah, Donald. So it's nice to see Cowan back in the lineup tonight. Been a whole month since Easton Cowan played, so nice to see him back in here and good to go. By the way, if you're just coming in and watching the stream, even though Leafs are stinking, hit that like button for us and hit that subscribe. We'd love for you to be part of our community. It's not pay to play here. We want to engage with you. So hit that subscribe. This coming all the way back down around. Easton Cowan going to turn. Cowan up over the line. Has it taken away. Keeping it in. Senators. Little toe drag. Going to pull this one out. Ekman Larson bringing it back here to Benoit. Benny going to move it ahead. Here comes Oliver Ekman Larson. Again, probably the best defense on the Leafs team right now. Going to send this over. Big tussle in the corner here as everybody's fighting for it. Everybody's fighting for possession. That's going to come out over the line. Eller going to bring it up. Eller cutting through the middle. Dropping, shooting. Big save. Kicking this one away. Look behind you. Cowan didn't see it. Lawton has it in his feet. Now he's going to work. Cowan is going up with him. Lawton going to give it over to Cowan. Cowan going to put this one in. Oh, it's Matthews. God, I hate how these jerseys fold over. Matthews going around. Sanderson going to play this one up. Long pass. Toronto going to intercept. Coming over to Carlo. Carlo going to dump this one in. Allmark out to play it from behind the net. And they're going to work it. Here's Giroux. Long pass. That's not going to hit anybody. And with 10 minutes to go, Toronto picks this one up in their own zone. Finn Balor in the ring here. Finn Balor waiting. Domi going to put this one around behind the net. Stetcher pinching up, trying to keep it in. Over to Domi. Domi trying to tie up his man, Nick Jansen. He can't come up with it. And the Senators on the move. A little tip pass. Here come the Senators. Senators, Zub sliding it ahead. Stopping. Setting it around. Toronto going to try and intercept. Panking it off the boards. They just can't get it out right now. The Senators, it feels like they're not even trying, and they're still outplaying Toronto. Here come the Senators again. Giroux is going to play this one up. Stützle into the zone. He's going to spin and taking a look. Stützle passing it across. It's taken away by Lawton, and the Leafs play it to the front of their own net. Stetcher, he's going to put this one back in the corner. Long pass up the middle to Nick Robertson. Nicky is going to turn. Nick Robertson going to cut around Greg. Passes it over to Lawton. Lawton going to dump this one in, and Brady Tkachuk comes over with a hit, and Lawton crashes awkwardly in front of his own net, or in front of his own bench. This is going to be moved across. Long pass. That's broken up. Leafs going to get it out, but they turn it over. Sanderson up over the line. Here comes Sanderson. Long shot. That one came a little too close for comfort. Senators coming again. Zub dishing this one off. Back pass over in the near side. Nylander pinching up on his man. Amadio with this. Amadio going to send it down low. One hand on the stick is Ekman Larson. Still coming as Amadio shooting off the chest. And Joseph Wall is going to hang on. 8:22 to go. 8:22 to go. And woof, not good. Or it said 6-2 Sens pregame, but I was only kidding. It looks brutal. They are looking brutal right now. You know, we said, well, we didn't expect much from this Leaf team. I was expecting some drive. I was expecting some passion. I was expecting to see something we haven't seen from this team in a while. Gone off the can we trade all the new players the Leafs got this season for Marner? I don't want Marner. If Marner was on this team right now playing like this, it would be even worse. It would be even worse. Leafs, you better play. If you play better, I'll make you cookies. There it is. Dallas, 46 months. Dallas, thank you so very much. It's a long-time channel member. Dallas, we appreciate you. Thank you for supporting us the way you do. But yeah, I wouldn't want Marner here. Playing like this, Marner would be just as bad, just as invisible. I know Kyle Dubas was not that bright at times, but you know, these general managers and coaches are terrible. They certainly are, Donald. Wall is playing okay. Wall is playing okay. And he's had to make some difficult stops. This game very easily could be way out of hand. Way out of hand.
You have the vision for your future.
I'll agree with you, Sam. Maybe a rebuild, get some draft picks. But lucky I'm not an NHL GM. It's true, Jeff. Listen, Jeff, I'm with you. I'm with you. And part of the problem the Leafs have going to the trade deadline, hey, Canadian Roses, go Bruins. Bruins with a loss today. Leafs are going to lose and they won't make the playoffs. You're probably correct in that statement. Leafs should sign Sundin and Gilmore to a contract. They would actually show effort. The problem is, anytime the Leafs want to deal with another team, the asking price is always different, or the offer price is always different for Toronto. JDA, what's going on? JDA, I may have to start stress eating. Bring me the cakes. I'm just kidding. Stress eating is bad. I'm just very hungry. This down in the corner. Senators aren't a great team this year either. But Toronto right now is making Ottawa look like a powerhouse. Down around that's intercepted. Cowan can't take it away. Carlo pinches up. Cowan there to help out. Toronto winless in the last 5 home games. They have an 0-4-1 record. Toronto just doesn't know how to win. The problem here is the culture. Here's Ottawa. We'll talk about that coming up at the intermission. We'll talk about culture in hockey because it is a real thing. You need wings, pizza, and orange Gatorade. Well, JDA, I finished the orange Gatorade. I had a slice of pizza before we went live. Just don't have any wings. This is going to be flipped up and all the way down with 7.5 to go. 4 shots for the Maple Leafs. They had 2 in the first period, and they have 2 so far here in the second. And Paul, the problem with playing in it for a top draft pick is they traded their draft pick away. It's only a top 5 protected. Hey, Glitter Beauty, what's going on? Welcome in. New subscriber, love from Toronto. Well, Glitter, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I'm sorry the Leafs are sucking for you right now as the Ottawa Senators going to put one in. Batherson. $20 on the year for Batherson, just as Glitter comes in to celebrate subscribing. The Ottawa Senators put in a goal. Batherson just getting it. Yikes. This was just a shot. It hit the posts. They come around over the far side. Matthew Nyes goes out to steal it away. One attempt. Matthews couldn't clear. McCabe couldn't clear. Gives it away. And Batherson with an absolutely beautiful shot. Short side, crossbar, and in behind the head of the netminder. My gosh, both Matthews and Jake McCabe could not get that one out. 4th straight 20-goal season for Batherson. My goodness. Hey, Nkanu, what's going on? Oh, my goodness. They're going to spot the Sens a big lead, then come back with 5 minutes left. Nkanu, I hope you're correct. I would love to see that happen. I would love to see that be the case. Going to play this one free. I hope those pop-ups are not too small. Hope they're legible. All right, Bradley. I'm watching the Devil Wears Prada instead of the sad Senators. Senators right now look like a superstar team. 26 shots. Here's a shot on net. Another shot on net. Nylander. Wait, who is that? Was it Nylander? It was Nylander. They score. William Nylander puts it in. Big Willie Styles finds a way to tuck it home. There you go. Gotta build some confidence. Gotta build some confidence. And Nylander just past an outstretched leg of the netminder, reaches all the way around and just jams it in. He made the first save and jams home the second one. Big Willie Styles just gets it over the line. Wow. So it's still a 1-goal game, 3-2. 8 goals, 19 points in his last 12 games for Big Willie Styles. Big Willie getting it done. He knows what it's all about. 6 minutes to go. The Leafs now 2 goals on 7 shots. Here's a hopper. Michelli almost intercepted that one. This back around. Tavares. He's pushing. Michelli comes over. Nylander's 19th of the year. Leads the Maple Leafs in points. Lawton and Michelli picking up the assists on that one. What a goal. So Willie goes offside, but I'll forgive him. He got the goal. The Leafs are still in it. It's a 1-goal game, and I don't know how, but Nylander just managed to push that one past the toe of the skate and the goalpost because it was there covered up. But Nylander puts it in. My goodness. Maybe the more we keep trash talking, I can't even speak. The more we keep trash talking them, the more they'll show up. The more they'll make things happen. Welcome in, by the way. For everybody who is joining in, if you are coming in, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for us. We'd love for you to hit that like button because it tells YouTube, hey, you're doing a good job. and it tells the talk, hey, this is okay as well. And last but not least, hit that subscribe button, ba-ding. Use that curling pointer and hit that subscribe button because we'd love to help you grow our channel. But more importantly, we'd love for you to come back and join us game after game after game. Yes, this isn't the season we wanted, but we're making the best of it. We're going to have some fun come playoff time, whether the Leafs are in it or not. We'll be streaming just about every night, covering all kinds of Maple Leaf action and Blue Jays baseball getting going in just about a month time or so. Cannot wait for the regular season. We've been doing some spring training coverage. It's been fun. Hey, Mr. Buck, what's going on? If they can't score, they better hit, but they do neither. Yeah. Management, are you watching? Would love to know what they think. Something is going wrong with this team. They're not even trying, like 5 shots all game. I know, Henry, it is brutal. It is brutal. Coming up at intermission, we will run through all the stats, and we're going to talk, like I said, we're going to talk about team. We're going to talk about the culture that is formed, because there's so much to say about culture in a team, and the good, the bad, and how things go and how things spread. And I think it's worth to have a conversation. We'd love for you to have that conversation and be part of it as well, because there is a lot to talk about. And did I have that set? Sorry, I was just looking at something over my shoulder. All right, so Drake Batherson is taking a look on the iPad. 5.5 to go here in period number 2. Toronto off the draw. Bobby McMahon is going to put it off the boards. He's hustling, flying down, can't get up that puck. He's got to come tag up. Nick Waugh lost the handle. Senators going to chip this one in. They're going to chase. Back around behind the net, McCabe is going to play this over, knocked down by Pinto. Stetcher comes back and to get the puck to McMahon again. Bobby Mack playing it behind him, comes right back to him. And here's a break. Senators coming in, trying to cut the angle, and that shot is going to miss. Goes up and out of play, so we are going to get a face-off. For those wondering what's happening in the Elimination Chamber, CM Punk right now taking on not the Demon. I wish it was the Demon, Finn Balor, but it is not. It is just regular Finn Balor. So Finn Balor, CM Punk going toe-to-toe right here, and it's been a pretty good classic wrestling match. Here's Shabbat, little toe drag, a shot. Domi's going to block that one. Max, he's going to lead the rush. Max carrying this one up, passing it ahead. Benoit, why are we getting defensemen coming down deep? He's going to throw a body in the corner. Domi trying to get it. Nye's in there as well. Comes to Batherson. Batherson going to play it up. Benoit is racing to get back, and he just does. Nye's a big hit, turning it over. They score. So Matthew Nyes is in some serious discomfort. He took a little bit of an awkward hit. And Batherson going to score his second of the game. So the Leaf bench is on the radio. Nyes, oh, big hit. So interesting. So they had players in the zone. Nyes took a bump and the puck comes in the zone, but because Nyes had possession, it's like he brought it back in the zone. I'm not sure about this. Leafs are going to challenge this for offside. Ottawa did have a player in the zone. Leafs are arguing Nyes did not have control of the puck. So Nyes did not have control of the puck. He got hit, and the loose puck came into the zone. But Nyes got shaken up big time on this hit. So just drove him, and so interesting. So if the Maple Leafs, if it's deemed the Maple Leafs brought this puck in the zone, then the offside is negated. It doesn't matter. But the Leafs are saying Nyes got hit. He did not have control of the puck, and it rolled in. But the Leafs did touch it last before it came back across the line. So 4:45 to go. Nyes he's still in some discomfort. He took that big hit just outside the line. So we're going to wait and see what this call is going to be. We'll also at intermission take a look at the out-of-town scores. So Nyes right on the MasterCard logo as he's kind of scooched down, takes a big hit. The loose puck rolls into the zone. Batherson scores. But Stützle was already in the zone before the puck entered. And so that's why Toronto is saying Nyes did not have possession to bring it back in, that after the hit, the puck rolled in. So it's going to be an interesting discussion, an interesting decision that's made. So Nyes definitely, he didn't bring it in himself. He lost the puck and it came in. So the decision is really, does it matter based off the last player to touch the puck, or does it actually have to be hockey control? Because those are two very different things. So they finished looking at it. They're still having a discussion. Here comes the official. Let's see what this call is.
The coach's challenge video review. Play was determined to be onside.
Wow. So they're saying it is onside. What they're saying is because Matthew Nyes touched the puck, even though he got hit and he lost control of it, because he lost control of it, it rolls in the zone. So they're deeming he touched it last and he brought it in, so it's not offside. Interesting. So not only do the Ottawa Senators get the goal, the Leafs now take a penalty for delay of game for the challenge. So 2 minutes on the board for the Senators. It's going to be an Ottawa power play. 4:40 to go now, 4-2 Ottawa, and a Senators power play. They are 0 for 1 tonight. Coming over the line, Ottawa driving through. There's a trip. Toronto lucky they didn't get called there as Batherson get knocked down. He goes to pick up his twig. In the corner, they're digging it. Lawton was in there. 3 Sens, 3 Leafs, all battling here along the boards in the corner. Carlo falls. Tkachuk is digging underneath them. Batherson comes out. Puck going to find its way. Toronto putting it right back in the corner. Now over to McCabe. McCabe can't get there in time. Senators with control. Back to the point. Sending it over to Stützle. Stützle. He's looking. Timmy Stu, where are you? Puts it across. They score. Dylan Cousins rifles this one. 5-2 Ottawa now. And we're getting a goaltending change. Scott Lawton is going after Tkachuk. Lawton is going after Brady. The linesman going to separate them. And it looks like Anthony Stolarz is coming into this. Yikes. So this isn't Joseph Waller's fault, right? This isn't Waller's fault at all. I don't blame him for this. Stützle bringing everyone down. Wall came across. Shot came glove side. That was a rocket. An absolute rocket. So he was there. He was in the right place. Just didn't get it on his glove. A nice shot by Dylan Cousins. It's 2017 still haunts you. Oh, Oscar, yeah, this is tough. This is tough, Oscar, that's for sure. Yeah, Mark feels that way. Anthony Stolarz is going to come into this game now. Stolarz is going to get a chance. Waller, just shake it off. Just shake it off. Not your fault. 28 shots for the Senators. Here comes Nylander. He shoots. That one's going to go wide. 20th goal of the year for Cousins. Stützle and Anderson picking up the assists. Benoit going to give it away because why not? Here come the Sens again. First shot on Stolarz going to make the save. There's a rebound. Coming free in the Leafs. Tavares trying to dig this one out. Tavares going to play it back. Ekman-Larsson all the way back. Ekman-Larsson looking and a play it ahead. Leafs giving it away again in their own zone. Horrendous defensive play. Dropping it back for Sanderson shoots. That's going to go high and over the net. My goodness. Yeah, Barry Colts fan. They're struggling, that's for sure. Here's Stützle. Stützle shooting. Stolarz made the save going around behind. Back the other way. Toronto cannot get this one out. Ottawa right now circling. 29 shots. 8 shots for the Maple Leafs. Shabbat putting this one up. Sens come again, and Stolarz. Wow, that one came right through the crease. Stolarz gets knocked down. He's back up. Battles in front of the net. Senators, it's like they still have a power play. Cycling around Toronto, standing still. Finally, the puck comes out of the line. 2:40 to go. 2:40 to go. Maybe the elimination results are better. That they are. This is a pretty good match between CM Punk and Finn Balor. CM Punk puts Balor on his shoulders, trying to pull him away from the middle. Are we going to get a go to sleep? CM Punk? No, Balor counters it. Small package roll up. 1, 2, and a kick out. Maybe we should be calling some WWE. There's a swinging neck breaker. Punk with a 2 count. Finn Balor kicks out. Senators just all over Toronto. It is absolutely crazy. We need more cowbell. Back to the point. Sanderson is going to try and keep this one in. Domi going to flip this one up. No, Benjamin, they're not my team. Long pass sends back in over the zone. Ottawa cross ice to Sanderson again, going across off the skate. Ridley Gregg. Stolarz is there. We can't let Ridley Gregg score. Breakout pass to Domi. That one fails. Big collision. 3 first-round picks for Matthews. There we go. Cycling around. Here's a shot. Nice stop. I don't know if that actually got through the net. Matthews cycling around over to Domi. I would just like, can we give Carlo back to Boston? Can we just get our first rounder back from Boston? Like, take Carlo. We'll even give you Joshua. We'll give you them both. Just give us our first and Fraser Minton back. Here's a shot. That's going to go wide to Matthews in the slot. Takes it off a skate. And this is going to be flipped out and down the ice. Leafs are up to 9 shots now. No, I've never been to Ottawa myself, but I've heard it's stunning. I've heard it's very, very nice. Ottawa going to take it away from Nyes. Here come the Sens again, spinning away. Here's a long shot through a screen. Knocked down. I don't think that quite got to Stolarz. Nick Cousins getting involved. Nyes going to play this one over. Last minute of play in this second period of misery. Up to Easton Cowan. He can't get there. Sens going to knock it out. Leafs handling it by the red line. Finally, they're going to dump it in. 5-1-0 record in the last 6 games versus the Maple Leafs. That one loss came earlier this year. And this coming all the way down. It's going to be an icing call. 35.5 seconds to go. No, I haven't. I've come close. I've come close. But have not actually gotten there. I was actually invited a couple of years back to go to a Sens game. And we never were able to make it work. I'd love to go to Ottawa sometime. Off the draw, back around. But when I was in grade school, we didn't do the Ottawa trip. We did Quebec for our trip. Putting it through, Leafs in front. Right there, and Nylander couldn't tuck it home. Ekman Larson back to pick it up. A little switchblade there by Finn Balor. Over the line is Matthews. Matthews coming in. Going to hand it off to Nylander. Willie lost it at the line. Ekman Larson was there to put it in. Jansen is back with it. He's going to play it around. 5 seconds to go. This period is going to come to an end. Well, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty by any means. 5-2. Your goal scorers. We'll just go through them all because I don't think we did at the last intermission. Morgan Riley opened the scoring with his 8th of the year from Matthews and McCabe. Shabbat, his 6th from Tkachuk and Cousins. Cousins, his 19th from Shabbat and Zetterlund. Batherson with his 20th unassisted. Nylander, his 19th from Lawton and Michelli. Batherson, his 21st unassisted. And then Cousins on a power play, his 20th from Stützle and Sanderson. 31 shots through 2 periods here for the Ottawa Senators. 15 in the second, 16 in the first. 10 shots for the Maple Leafs, 8 in the second. They had 2 in the first. Leafs still doing an okay job in the faceoff circle, 54.5%. Ottawa goes 1 for 2 on the power play. Leafs go 0 for 1. 17 hits for Ottawa, 16 for Toronto. Toronto has 10 block shots, only 2 for the Ottawa Senators. Each team with 6 giveaways. And again, I think there's far more giveaways than just 6. But this was absolutely an ugly, 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 ugly period of play. And it's sad because the Leafs are better than this. The Leafs are better than this. They should be able to pick it up. They should be able to deliver. And right now, it is an absolute struggle. All right, so let's talk. Let's talk. No emotion, Joe. You are spot on. No emotion at all. Hey, Rav, what's going? 5 goals on 31 shots. That's right. Oh, before we do talk, let me go around the town and see the out-of-town scoreboard. See who else is hurting the Leafs. 5-1 Sabres over the Lightning. Wow, that one actually surprises me. 1-0 Kings over the Flames. 3-2 Hurricanes over the Red Wings. 4-1 Canadiens over the Capitals. Predators 2-0 over the Stars. Rangers beat the Penguins 3-2 in a shootout. Flyers over the Bruins 3-1. Sharks over the Oilers 5-4. Devils over the Blues 3-1. Avalanche 3-1 over the Blackhawks. And Islanders 4-3 over the Blue Jackets. You remember maybe Leafs versus Senator? Yeah, of course. Those were some good games. Those were some crazy games back then. Tucker, Sundin against Spezza and Alfredson. Remember when Sundin's stick went up into the crowd? He threw it in the crowd, and then Alfredson mocked him and pretended like he was going to throw his in the crowd. It was absolutely crazy. Hey, my secret identity. Yeah, they're struggling. They're not in fine form right now at all. All right, so what I wanted to talk about this intermission was culture. Because culture is so important at any level, whether you're playing NHL, whether you're playing house league and everything in between. Team culture is so important. And really, culture is created not only by the players that are playing there, but by the organizations themselves. When you have your coaching staff, when you have your team, you are instilling a little bit of culture. You know, if you have an aggressive coach who yells and screams and swears and like a Bruce Boudreau type of coach, you're building one form of culture, and you need to put a team that responds to that type of response, right? To that type of coaching. If you're getting a more passive coach like a Berube, which it's funny to say he's passive, but all the clips we've seen, he seems like very passive. Doesn't seem to curse all that much. Doesn't seem to yell and scream like some others do. And again, we don't see in behind closed doors, but we see a little bit on the media, and I don't see that anger, that passion from him. And so you need a team that responds to that. And the Maple Leafs right now, they're mixed up mother goose. They don't have a true identity. And that is the problem why their culture is absolutely failing. What they had with the last group, in the Kyle Dubas era is, they were trying to be small. They were trying to be fast. And that's what they were putting together. And then Berube comes in with Tree Living, and they're trying to make it big. They want toughness. They want aggression. And they're not getting either. Right now, this team does not know whether they're going or coming. Their strategies are just not working, right? Their breakout play is some of the worst we've seen. Their defensive play has been absolutely terrible. And the Leafs, again, the culture, and I would be willing to bet in the locker room after games, guys probably aren't talking. Guys are probably quiet. There's probably a bunch of little cliques. This group of guys, especially if they're out of town, this group of guys will go to dinner. This group of guys will go to the bar. This group of guys will go back and play video games. There's probably, I'm betting it's very cliquey in terms of that regard. I just think overall, the culture of this team is divided. It's separated. They're not playing as a unit. They're not getting the best out of each other. When you have a team that is clicking, when you have a group of captains that are leading by example, you can motivate each other. When was the last time we've seen Austin Matthews go over to somebody and motivate them and get them going? We haven't, because he isn't even motivating himself. If we look back to the Toronto Argonauts way back, one of the Grey Cups they won with Damon Allen, Michael Pinball Clemens tells a story that in the locker room, Damon Allen stands up and he gives a speech, right? He gives a speech. Hey, James, what's going on? And in his speech, Damon Allen says, I'm playing this game and I'm playing to win for, and he names another player, right? That player turns around and Damon Allen says, who are you playing for? And Damon Allen says, I'm playing for this guy. And this guy says, I'm playing for that guy. And in this locker room, every player was saying it out loud. They were playing the game for somebody else. They wanted to do their best for somebody else. They weren't there playing for themselves. Now, can hockey be a very individualized game? Absolutely. Can Nylander take it and go end to end? Absolutely. But he needs to rely on his other players to pass to. They need to rely on each other. They need to play as a group. Hey, Frank, what's going on? Fred, what's up? Welcome in. And it isn't an offense-defense thing. It isn't a goaltending thing. They got to play as a unit. You win as a unit, you lose as a unit. And if your goaltender is having an off night, the defense needs to pick it up. The forwards have to come back and help out. Everybody needs to get involved. When your defense is having an off night, your goalie needs to be exceptionally sharp. Your forwards need to come back and help out. And right now, that's not happening. And that's not happening because the culture is lost. They're lost. They're not playing to help each other. They're playing to get through the season. They're playing to get out of it. And I'm pretty sure that's the main issue here. Now, if you ask any of them, do you want to win? Of course, the answer is going to be yes. Every single NHL player, you play to win. You go to the NHL because you want to win a Stanley Cup. And I do think the media is a little harsh in Toronto. I think we ask some ridiculous questions. When guys are down, we're asking stupid questions. They're not going to give you answers. Hey, IP, what's going on? With such urgency. You know, Wall played, he did the best he could with what he had. He did the best he could with what he had. Do you seem to try the Maple Leafs are going to come back and win this game? They can. It's not likely. They have the skill. Skill is not the issue with this team. Skill is definitely not the issue with this team. They have the skill. They have the skill. But right now it is horrible. And hey, Jamaica Dave, I feel bad. I feel bad because the defense lets this team down a lot. And I understand as a forward, hey, Kiwi, as a forward unit, you're tired of coming back and bailing them out time after time after time. I get it. And I'm sure there's a lot of infighting going on. I'm sure there's a lot of name calling. And that's part of the culture we have. So it's not just at this point to say we need to trade this guy to get some draft picks. Because my fear is they're going to bring in other guys. And if we don't fix the culture problem, they're just going to fall into the same pit. Culture of this team starts with the top. Management only cares about money. So I disagree with you there, Market. I don't think yes, it's a business. It's a business of sport. They're there to make money. But I will tell you, Keith Pelly, who, he is a competitor. If you watch what Keith Pelly did with the Toronto Argonauts, and yes, I'm comparing the Argonauts to the Maple Leafs. Yeah. I know it's not the same thing. When Keith Pelly became the president of the Toronto Argonauts were just coming out of receivership. Toronto Argonauts pretty much went bankrupt, right? They were saved. That organization was saved. And Keith Pelly came back and he turned it around. He created a winning culture. He fought for that organization and he made it happen. He's got to do the same thing here. But unfortunately, that does not happen overnight. You got to get rid of the bad. You got to get rid of the people who impact that culture in a negative way. Want to fix the culture? Get rid of Matthews, Nylander, and Riley. Travis, what's going on? Yeah, and they could absolutely be part of that problem. Thank you hitting that subscribe. Free Empire, I appreciate it. Welcome in. And so the thing you got to remember, so when we take a look at it, and I think we're all in agreement, right? The culture has to change. The culture has to change. CM Punk Valor match was pretty good. CM Punk retained, obviously. So the culture has to change. We know that. How do you break up the culture of $1 billion organization? Yeah, I think we all agree that it has to change. Starts with a coach, starts with the coaching staff, starts with the general manager. They all have to be on the same page. Right now, I don't think they are. They have to agree on this is a direction we want to go. Do you want to be fast and skilled, or do you want to be big and tough? You want to be a combination of? Okay, well, let's figure out how we're going to do this. Hey, my name is, welcome in. I haven't watched the Leafs in 18 years. Fun to see nothing has changed. So we know, okay, contracts are in play. For example, Morgan Riley has a no move clause. Unless he agrees to move, nothing you can do about that, right? And that's part of the some of the bad deals that were done, which has put Toronto in this hole. So some of the contracts, there's nothing you can do about it. Some of them, there's nothing you can do about it. But you got to find players who are going to buy in. And is Austin Matthews the captain who's going to lead that? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. Now, a lot of people say, hey, Matthews as captain of the U.S. team, look what he did. He was unbelievable. I mean, you had what on the U.S. team? You had what, like 8 captains? You had a lot of leadership. You can't compare what somebody does on an NHL team to what they do in an Olympic team or an all-star team, because it's full of leaders. Now, Toronto has a lot of voices here. Scott Laughton was a captain. John Tavares was a captain. How free are they to stand up and try to wake people up? Gabriel, no Brock yet. We have not seen Brock yet. Ruby, Domi, Riley. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't see Domi isn't a problem in regards of giving up goals. Domi's a problem is he's not scoring. He's a little pit bull. He's a little fast. Again, he shouldn't be on that top line. Shouldn't be on that top line. Core is rotten. It certainly feels that way. You know, Nylander, he can score a ton. Matthews can score a ton. Why aren't they connecting? Why aren't they doing it? Now, part of it is, again, your strategy that you're implementing. The players are going to do what you tell them to do, right? So if they've come up with a strategy, oh, hang on, they're opening the crate. Let's see what's in the crate. Hang on, they've opened up the crate. What is inside the mysterious crate? It's empty. What? The crate is empty. It said save it for Elimination Chamber. Oh, it's opening. There's a casket in there. It looks like a casket. Hang on a second. It is opened. There's laughing. You are cursed. Is this that? What's his name? Duhausen? Hang on a moment here. What the heck is this guy's name? This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's not The Undertaker. It's this, like, vampire guy. Van Housen. It is Van Housen. So Van Housen making his debut, and the crowd is absolutely quiet. Nobody has a clue who this guy is. So Van Housen making his debut. He was in the crate. And nobody has a clue who this guy is. Well, that was an absolute bust of a surprise. All right. Sorry. Had to check in and see what was going on there. Because that was the big reveal. So yeah, talking about culture. That was so bad. It reminds you of the Ballard era. And the boos are raining out. Wow, people not happy with that. Opening the crate. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry, this Triple H era is kind of fading away. That was dumb. All right, so yeah. So culture needs to start with the top. They need to decide what kind of a team they are. They need to get a strategy together. They need to put it together, and they really, really need to buy in. And that starts at the top. That starts with Keith Pelly determining with the board and with the group to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. You need a coach that comes in and is part of that, lives up to what they want to do. You need a general manager who can build a team like that. Yeah, Gabriel Danhausen, that was so weird. Nobody had a clue who on earth he was. Terrible reaction for him. It's very unfortunate. Gangrel. I love Gangrel. Gangrel is still wrestling on the indies. Anyways, so yeah, culture needs to change, and it's going to be a tough time for them to do it because there's so many bad contracts here. I bleed blue and white 92, 93, right? Those were the good years, right? We came so close. That Gretzky and his silly high stick came so very close, but right now we're not even gonna get there. I don't know if Torts is the guy we want. You know, we saw in this previous gigs did not go well. I don't know if Torts is the guy. You hear that name thrown out, you hear Boudreau's name thrown out. I don't know if those are the guys you really want. I don't think he'll get through to these kids either. And, you know, we can't afford to just keep burning year after year after year because we have bad coaches and bad general managers. And I mean, we threw away 2 first-round picks for nothing. Carlo and Lawton, just nothing, right? So it's unfortunate. This is not going to be an easy thing to turn around. It's not. It is not going to be an easy thing at all. They're going to have to start making significant changes. And I tell you, don't be surprised if next year is a complete disaster for this team. Because they don't have a ton of money. They're not going to be able to dump, 6, 8, 10 players and turn it around. And even if they decide and say, hey, we're getting rid of Nylander, hey, we're getting rid of Matthews, that's not an easy thing to make up for. All right, let's get things ready to go. Third period, 20 minutes on the board. 31 shots for the Senators, 10 for the Maple Leafs. Leafs down by 3. They're going to win the draw, bring this into the zone. So we have Matthew Nyes on here with Dakota Joshua, who takes a shot. That one goes wide, and Scott Lawton. So we're getting some line shakeups here. Joshua Lawton and Matthew Nyes. This is going to play up to Ridley Gregg. Gregg is going to put across ice the Senators right back into the Leaf zone. Stolarz back in net here to start the third period. And I mean, the Leafs, Joshua going to give it away along the boards. Ottawa coming right back out. Toronto is just struggling to move the puck around. Carlo can't get it. Matthews coming on the ice now. So we got Matthews, Domi, and we'll see who comes on to replace Joshua. Here's Domi coming into Matthews with a quick shot. That one's going to go high and out of play. So they put Bobby McMahon back up on this top line here. So Bobby McMahon with Domi and Matthews. See, this is ridiculous. Why are you putting Bobby McMahon back on this top line? Why don't you move Domi down? Right? Why don't you move Domi down? Why don't you put Tavares with Matthews? Mix it up a little bit. Just doing the same things. You're down by 3. Why not try and do something different? Back to the point. Here's a shot by Benoit. Here's Domi with a shot. Back to the point. Leafs going to hold the line, sending it down to Domi. Domi playing it up. Pinto going to take it away. Why not put Morgan Rielly up as a forward and go with 5D? Sit somebody. Here comes Bobby Mack. He's driving this one up. Driving and banging and crashing. Domi there, putting it in front of the net. It's taken away, and the Senators getting it out and down the ice. Throw Morgan Rielly up on forward. He likes to lead the rush. Question. Coach, could you please tell our shut-ins listening in What day does trade deadline start, please? And will you be doing a live stream podcast for us rookie members? James, great question. So trade deadline is on Friday. Trade deadline is coming up on Friday. Quick shot's going to get knocked down. I will not be able to live stream during the day because I have to work. But I would like to do something. Usually I like to do a little recap live stream or a little conversation, especially if the Maple Leafs do something significant. We'll get together for a short little live stream and discuss it. Maybe we could do that for channel members. We'll do a little recap for channel members on Friday for trade deadline day, should the Maple Leafs do anything significant. But yeah, great question. Worst teams are scoring 5 or more goals. Yeah, Pete. Trust me, you don't want him. He's a horrible coach. He's destroyed Vancouver. Yeah, I mean, it's Gabriel, thank you for hitting that follow. I appreciate it. You know, it's so hard. And maybe you go off the beaten path, right? Maybe there's somebody recently retired that has some good ties to the organization that might be a good leader. This across Toronto faceoff dot. Easton Cowan going to put this one down. That's the other thing is you have guys like Easton Cowan and some young kids. You don't want to break them. Hey, KQ, what's going on? Here's Cowan again. Easton Cowan going to back this one up. Playing it all the way back. 17 to go. Here comes Riley. Going to hit that line, driving it in. Hey, why don't we see if John Klingberg is available? I hear he's a good defenseman. I'm just kidding. Carlo trying to chase this one back. Brady going to take Carlo out of the play. They come across and hit a skate, went wide. Joshua was there in the corner, couldn't come up with it. Senators behind the net. Brady Tkachuk playing it in front. Hits a skate, comes out. Matthew Nye is going to get over to Lawton. Lawton bobbles it. Lawton's going to get knocked off the puck. Senators going to turn. Here they come up over the line. Putting it across. Ridley Gregg shooting. And Stolarz with a nice save. And Stolarz is getting involved as he gets popped. Anthony Stolarz is going to grab and take down a player. And the linesman going to move him out. Bobby McMahon is tied up with Sanderson. There's a scrum going on. Domi is pulling. I can't see who that is. Nick Jansen. Domi wants Jansen. Hauls him down from behind. Domi is throwing punches. Sanderson grabs Domi. He's giving uppercuts while sitting down. Everybody's trying to mix this up. Scott Lawton's got a glove off now. They're not fighting. The referee standing in front of Stolarz doesn't want him to get involved. But we got everybody down on the ice except for Scott Lawton in the corner. He's tied up with Nick Cousins. Now, Nick Cousins, he's outweighing Scott Lawton, but Lawton is putting him up against the boards, and he's shaking his head. Lawton is holding there, dancing a little shot. He's going to turn him around. Lawton's bucket comes off. He pops back up. Cousins giving shots on Lawton. The linesman going to split these guys up. Toronto showing some life here, showing some frustration. Scott Lawton now having some more conversations with Cousins. Both of them going to be pushed into the box. Domi goes into the box. Carlo and Cousins are going to get separated. So Ottawa in front, the little bump there on Stolarz, and Stolarz says, and he grabbed somebody. I didn't see who it was right away, and that got everything started. We got 16 and a half minutes to go. This could get ugly as Toronto wants to start trying to wake themselves up. 20 minutes too late. Ridley Gregg took the shot. It was covered up. And then in Ottawa, I think it was Ridley Gregg comes in jamming the stick in. Stolarz goes right after Ridley Gregg. He goes to the bottom of the pile. Domi had the back of Jansen, was trying to turn him around and get some shots. Sanderson came over. So everybody had a dance partner. There was at one point, everybody was down on the ice grappling with one another. But Lawton and Cousins getting all mixed up here. So nothing much doing. Lawton with a little pat on Domi's knee, and Lawton's got the ice packs on his hands. Somebody's getting a little tending to a little cut between the eyes. So this really got intense here. Do you think Toronto Maple Leafs are going to sell Matthews? So, Jonathan, apparently a couple of weeks back before the Olympics, Matthews and the Maple Leaf brass had a meeting, And they kind of said, no, Matthews wants to be here. He's going to stick it through. And I think they came to an agreement that Matthews will not be moved. So it seems like Matthews and the organization is in an agreement that they're here together. So I can't imagine that would happen. It's a little wax on the forehead to close up that cut. But again, Greg took the shot. It was saved. He comes in, jams in with the stick. And that's what Stolarz doesn't like, right? It's after the whistle, that jam with the stick. And that's what fired everything off. And I don't think it's going to stop here, as the referees need to sort it out. We got 16 and a half minutes to go. 32 shots by the Senators, 13 for the Maple Leafs. McMahon does the UFC takedown. Yeah, listen, Montreal is having a really good year right now. They're going to be a driver. They're going to get a chance to make some noise in the playoffs. I don't think they'll trade Tavares. I think Tavares is here to stay. I think you're looking at a Waugh, a Joshua, an Ekman Larson. Those are the guys that have a little bit of value. If you could move Carlo, I would. If you could move Riley, I absolutely would. If you move Nick Robertson, maybe you get a little bit of value out of him or Michelli. I just don't want somebody like Magniapane coming back. That was the Oilers apparently made an offer, including Magniapane from Michelli, and the Leafs said no. I used to like Andrew Magniapane a lot, but he's kind of slowed down. He's not the same player he used to be. He does not help Toronto at all. We can't make stupid trades. We have to be smart. Have to be smart. You'd rather support the Bruins. As a Leaf fan, how can you support the Bruins? Unless they're your second favorite team, then it's okay. Bobby McMahon, yeah, Bobby McMahon, he's going to get some value. But Bobby Mack is one of those players. He's one of those players you hate to give up on, right? I don't think he's worth $5 million a year at this point, but that's what he's going to want. Lawton is the other guy. Yeah, there could be value in him. You don't want him to walk out. No, definitely no Nurse. No Nurse. Only for the postseason. So we're going to see what's going to happen once they get this all sorted out. But that's how the Leafs have to play now for this last 16 minutes. They just have to throw their weight around. Leafs have to be tough guys here. They have to say, Senators, you can't come into our house and push us around. So we got Lawton, McMahon, and Domi in the box here for Toronto. And again, Lawton, the only one with ice on the hands. We got two Senators in there. So Bobby Mack, Scott Lawton, Nick Cousins, and Ridley Gregg, and Max Domi all in the box. Cousins and Lawton, 5 each for fighting. Bobby Mack gets 2. Ridley Gregg gets 2. Domi gets 2, but it's 5-on-5, so there's got to be one more Senator. Unless somebody got 4. Hang on, that's a wash. Yeah, something doesn't add up here. This around, Joshua getting bumped. Joshua battling here on the side with Zetterlund. Behind the net. Here comes Toronto. Joshua putting a little hit. Now it's picking up Pinto with a hit and more cross checks. Walking out in front to Nyes. Nyes couldn't take the shot. Joshua doing a good job behind the net. Senators going to move it forward. Pinto going to put this across. Here they come, the Senators. Zetterlund. He's going to throw this in. Big hit there by Benoit. The message from the coach has to be seek and destroy. And Nylander is going to be just offside. As Willie and Thomas Chabot come together there after the whistle for a little bump, but a long pass just had William Nylander offside. The only aspect of Nurse in which he isn't overrated is the there you go. I'd rather take Sarah Nurse over Darnell. I'd rather do that. Will there be OT tonight? I'm sure in some game there'll be OT. Not in this one. Here's a long shot. Nice save there by Stolarz. Kicking it out. Toronto going to flip this one up. We got Easton Cowan with William Nylander and Austin Matthews here. And that's because his other line mates, McMahon and Domi, are in the box. Up to Nylander. Willie coming in. Nylander, he's going to get bumped in the middle. Turning around. Cowan trying to get back. Flipped all the way down the ice. And this is going to be an icing call. 14:56 to go here, period number 3. Yeah, Vic, wouldn't that be great? I would take her. Although she didn't have a great Olympics, but I'm a big Sarah Nurse fan. She's awesome. Although maybe Emma Maltese, she's a little gritty. She played very well. Off the draw, back to Riley. Over to Robertson with a shot in the glove. Nice save and a nice shot by Nick Robertson. Jays are looking good. Yeah, Jays in a split squad game today. They got beat up pretty good by the Yankees. But the game we were streaming, the Phillies, that was a pretty good one. Came back and held on for a big win. Yeah, Joey, pretty much. Off the draw, Senators going to pick up this loose puck. Sanderson around behind the net, going to throw this one up for Zub. He's just going to chip it up and down the ice. Riley is going to race back. Riley playing around. Amadio goes past him. Loose puck picked up by Tavares. Tavares to the middle for Riley. Over to Michelli. Michelli, toe drag, and he gives it away. And here come the Senators. Up to Brady. Brady going to flip this one in. Carlo going in the corner. Brady up on him. Goes to hit Carlo. Got a piece of him. Michelli, long pass up the middle. That hops away from Tavares. Tavares looked like he was afraid to get hit. Zetterlund had Tavares all lined up, and Tavares pulled away. 14 minutes to go. Senators in their own zone. Long pass intercepted up to Cowan. Cowan leaving it for Nylander. Willie shooting. That's deflected way wide. Holding it in at the other side is Carlo. Down low for Cowan. Cowan has it taken away. Putting it off the boards around Nylander. Matthews going in the corner. Benoit is pinching up, trying to take it away. Leafs get it back to Cowan at the point covering. Going to play it up to Benoit. He's going to throw this into an empty corner, and Lars Eller is there. He's going to move it as Austin Matthews comes in with a hit. Behind their own net, Jordan Spence is going to start to move this ahead. Hey, Samuel, how's it going? Good to see you. Does it hurt watching the Maple Leafs play? A little bit. Everyone forgets Matthews are friends and are free agents at the same time. Yeah, Ryan, it makes you wonder if they're going to pull a LeBron James thing. Remember when they got together with Bosch and Dwayne Wade, and they all went to Miami together, and they kind of got together? Wonder if Matthews and McDavid are going to get together and say, hey, let's go somewhere together. Senators, long look up the middle. Maybe we'll flip McDavid for Matthews. I don't think Edmonton would be interested in doing that right about now. Toronto in their own zone. Little flip to Tavares. Tavares going to bring this one in over the blue line, dumping it around. Pinching up is Michelli. Lost a handle there as Pinto, taken away by Robertson. Good job, Robertson. Still battling along the boards. Nick Robertson, some good offensive zone play here. Going to play it back to the line. Carlos shooting. And that's into the glove again. 12:25 to go here in the third period. Wow. Thank you, Nkanu. I appreciate that. It is tough for sure. It is tough times. But that's why we're here. We're here so we can suffer all together, and we can talk about it. We can share our frustrations. We can share our opinions in a relatively safe place. So thank you for all being here, and make sure you do hit that subscribe button up top, because we appreciate it. And do me a favor. If you do hit that subscribe button, don't unsubscribe right after the stream, only to subscribe during the next stream, because there's a few people that do that, and it drives us nuts. So if you hit the button, just hit the button and leave it. Thank you all so much. Where's 34 all night? Well, he's cruising. 34 is going around. He has not had a great game, but he hasn't been completely horrible. Matthews second on time, 13:46. Matthew Nyes is actually the most for the forwards at 14:16. 20 shifts. Matthews only with 2 shots today. Does have a block as well. He has an assist on the goal. Is a -1. From a defensive standpoint, Jake McCabe has played 17 minutes and 40 seconds. Morgan Riley, 16:29. Ekman Larson, 15:34. Carlo, 15:15. Stetcher, 14:56. Benoit, 13:39. Ekman Larson is a -3 tonight. Ouch. 3 block shots for Morgan Riley. That's a lot for him. So I'm sure Riley had a talking to. 2 blocks for Ekman Larson, 2 blocks for Stetcher tonight. When we take a look at the forwards, there's a few forwards with a block. Domi, Nyes, Matthews, and Tavares each with a block. 4 hits for Lawton tonight. 3 hits for Domi. 3 hits for Joshua. 2 for McMahon. 1 for Nyes. 1 for Cowan. From the defensive side, 6 hits from Benoit. 1 for Carlo. Benoit has 6 hits. He's played the least minutes of all defenders. Give this guy some more time. Give him some more time. Leafs got to be physical. Leafs should trade Nyes and a deal for Adam Fox. So, listen, Adam Fox is a great player, and I heard he's being shopped around, but I don't think Nyes is a guy you want to move. I don't think Nyes is a guy you want to move. You look so hard for a power forward like him. Hey, Sting, what's going on? Welcome in. We call the Whitby backup goaltender. I got a young goaltender upstairs. I can get him down to the rink real quick. And I don't think, I feel bad for Joseph Wall. I don't blame him. Stolarz has been okay since coming in. The Leafs are just hanging him out to dry. Do you know how hard it is to play hockey with the gold medal on your neck and a fat wallet? Very hard. We got some more pushing and shoving here at the Ottawa end of the ice. Nylander are going to come in, put his arms around Pinto and say, let's go, separate, break it up. Tavares and Zub having some conversations. I think Tavares is saying, hey, Artem, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Zub? Is it Zub? Yeah, Nyes needs to stay for sure. I don't think he's somebody you move. Raptors winning right now. Nice. Go Raps, go. Go Raps, go. Where's the Zamboni driver? I think he's long retired. So there were rumors about Stolarz potentially being traded, but I think there's rumors about everybody right now. So the Maple Leafs going to go to the power play. Hey, ho, what do you know? Leafs to the power play. Let's go. How hard is it? Leafs need to wake up. Yes, they do, Lucas. Yes, they do. Leafs need to wake up. All right, here we go. Power play. Let's see if they can get a shot on. Oh, no, it's 4-on-4. Oh, what happened? They said it was a power play. And I turn and look over, and all of a sudden it's 4-on-4. So they send Pinto and Tavares. Oh, I just saw Pinto going. Boo. So it's 4-on-4. I lied. Here comes Bobby McMahon. Bobby blows a tire, turns it over, gives it away to Brady Tkachuk. Brady shooting. Great save. Rebound. And Matthews with a big defensive play. Maybe we should put Riley in forward and Matthews as a defenseman. Here comes Matthews over the line. He's going to give it to Riley, who shoots. Swayman going to bat that one away and send it to the corner. Good shot there. Matthews on the defensive end with a nice play, and then a good lead of the rush as Bobby McMahon blew a tire and gave it away big time. Leafs got them right where they want them. That's right, Mike. Got them right where we want them. There it is. Toronto 134, Washington 125. Good win for the Raps. Brady Tkachuk, 4 big shots today. 11 minutes to go on the nose. This coming all the way down. Stetcher back with it. Hey, why don't we pull our goalie now since that worked the last 2 games when we pulled our goalie with an obscene amount of time. Quick shot is going to be deflected out of play. My goodness. Allmark is 86.7%, and the Leafs are down by 3. Ugh. Blah. Blah. I think we all need a break. How do you go after 2 weeks off where all these Leafs went to Cabo and Hawaii and all these hot vacation spots to chill and relax, and they come back and play like trash 3 games in a row? Here it is over to Jake McCabe. McCabe back up for Willie. Nylander shooting. That's going to be caught. Going to play it across. 43 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. The Senators going to work this one up on the far side of the ice. Little dipsy-do to walk around. Senators coming right back in. 2-on-1. There's a pass across. And Stolarz going to break that one up. Nice stick there by Stolarz. Let's go. Over the line for Nylander. Willie turning. He's got some space. Willie looking up the middle. Willie coming, shooting, sending it in front. That's going to go wide. McCabe sending this one across. Nylander intercepts. Back over. Little aerial pass. Senators breakaway off a turnover. All the way. Coming in, shooting. Stolarz with a big save as Drake Batherson looking for the trick. Anthony Stolarz comes up huge. Here's Riley to Matthews. Matthews trying to cut through. Matthews gets tripped up. Where's the penalty referee? No respect for Austin Matthews. Here comes Brady. Brady up over the line. Brady curling in. He shoots. And again, Stolarz is going to hang on it. And Benoit and Brady Tkachuk going at it. Brady throwing a left. Now here comes Benoit throwing some, and the linesman going to jump in and say, enough, boys, enough, boys. Break it up, break it up, break it up. That was an exceptional save. No, Jeff, I don't know. So I got to go get a haircut tomorrow morning because my hair is out of control, and my son has a playoff hockey game. I'm just waiting for the confirmation of his game because I'm going to take him. And I don't know if I'll be able to do the game because depending on when he has to be at the rink, we'll probably have to leave before the game is over. No respect for the gold medalists. That's right, Kathleen. But don't worry, Monday night, we'll be back together to watch, hopefully not another shellacking. Oh boy, this team, honest opinion. Over under on the number of Leaf trades before the deadline. I don't know if we're going to see too many before. Ryan, to be honest, I was gonna say 1, so I'll go under. I'll go under trades before the deadline. My special friend quickly had 27 points. That's huge. Let your son drive himself. They have to learn. Hey, he hasn't taken any lessons yet. if one day, I like going to the games though. I like going and watching. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Leafs, let's just get this one out of the way. Let's just get this one out of the way. If it wasn't for your commenting and the fans here, I don't know, I'd be watching still. I'll be honest with you, Kathleen, if it wasn't for all of you, I wouldn't be watching anymore. I'd be watching Elimination Chamber. Well, I'm kind of am. I have it open here. But if it wasn't for all of you, I would have switched this off. It is absolutely atrocious. But I love the conversations. I love being able to chat with y'all, share my opinions. I like reading your opinions. It's not the night we wanted to have, but I think we're having a good time. At least I am. I'm having a good time. Anyone here bet on the Leafs to lose tonight? Colin, that should have been a must. If anybody bet for the Leafs to win tonight, why? I think Sam endures this without getting paid. That's right. That's right. This is going to be put all the way down the ice. So we got another roughing call. Brady Tkachuk goes for roughing. So the Leafs back to the power play. Referee's trying to give the Maple Leafs a chance to catch back up here. The Leafs, Matthews going to put it over to Nylander to Tavares. Back to Nylander. Sanderson takes it away. Nylander up on him, trying to chip it. Toronto can't keep it, and the Senators going to bring this one out. I called 5-2 Ottawa this morning during the Jays game. You should have bet on it. Betting on the Maple Leafs on winning is just wasting your money. They got to win at some point. Riley going to deliver this one back to Michelli. 1:13 to go in the power play. Leafs have yet to get in the Senators zone. Now here's Tavares. He's in here. Going to be taken away, and the Sens going to play this one all the way down the ice. 1 minute to go on the power play. Anthony Stolarz comes out of the net, plays it behind the net, gives it away to Stützle. Ekman Larsson was able to get there before Timmy. And the Leafs going to bring this one up. Now they're going to play it back in their own zone. 45 seconds to go, and the Leafs still have not got anything done. And the Senators going to break it up again. All right, Leafs, this way. Go. Why are you playing in your own end? Here comes Michelli taking on 4 Senators. Going to give it to McMahon. McMahon shooting, short side rebound, trying to jam it. And the Sens going to clear this one down the ice. 20 seconds to go in the power play. In case you were curious, the Maple Leafs are actually out shooting the Senators in this period. 9-5. Here's Easton Cowan going to slow play this one in, drops it to McCabe. McCabe plays it over. Stetcher down low behind the net, too far for McMahon. 4, 3, 2, 1. Power play has expired. Nothing doing. Leafs end up getting 2 shots, though. Nylander has a groin injury coming on. The booze coming from this crowd. Long pass, Toronto. Into the Senators zone, 7 minutes to go. Nick Waugh up to Robertson. He can't get it there. Robertson working in the corner, playing it out in front. It's at the side, loose puck. Dakota Joshua getting up on Brady. And Spence is going to work it around the other side. Robertson breaking it up again. Robertson is saying, hey, I got some trade value here. Look at me go. Throwing it towards the net. And that's going to be grabbed and held. And we got more pushing and shoving. Joshua wants to go at Brady Tkachuk. The referees jump in, and they're saying, Brady, we're going to save you here because Dakota would whoop your butt. Brady is still jibber-jabbering. Still talking smack. 70s guy, Canadian style, what's up? I'm a time traveler from the year 2678. The Leafs still haven't won a cup. No! My goodness. Oilers lost 5-4. That's right. Way to go, San Jose. The Sharks looking excellent. Matthews going to take this draw. 6:52 to go. They win it. Nylander can't control it. Turned over. And the Senators, again, just going to bring this one down the ice. 5-2. The Senators haven't been shooting as much. They've been sitting on 36 shots for a while. Toronto up to 19 now. Riley tying up his man behind Stolarz. Ottawa coming out in front with a shot. Hits the goalpost. Beats Stolarz. Hits the crossbar. Wow, that was close. Another shot, and Stolarz is going to turn that one aside. My goodness. Sens come close to making it 6-2. That was outstanding. I don't care if the Leafs lose. Brady needs to be minus a couple of teeth. Wow. I can hear the boos from here, and I'm 2 hours away. Yeah, it's bad. It is bad right now, folks. Real bad. This playing around in the feet of Nyes. Nyes trying to swipe it through. This coming all the way down the ice. Stützle going to pick it up. Stützle spinning away from Nyes. Timmy going to race this one up. Stützle moving ahead. Coming through, and it's going to be knocked away. Leafs can't get it out. Going to backhand this one in. Down in the corner digging. Benoit trying to play it free. Benny still has it in his feet. Digging for it, and he takes it away. Going to be chipped up the glass. And down the ice. My goodness. This is going to be dumped right back in. Come on, Leafs. Toronto taking a look. Up to Michelli. Michelli backing it up. Benoit, long pass off Michelli's stick. Ottawa going to send it right back in. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Here comes Michelli. Back into the Ottawa zone. Senators coming around. Here's a long pass all the way down. Riley back to pick it up. Riley taking a look. Here comes Logan Paul into the match. Michelli putting it across. Here's a big shot. Nice save. Carlo getting in on the action, able to take a blast. Down to the side. Sen's going to play it off the boards and around. Tavares trying to keep it in. Tavares getting it over to Cowan. Cowan off the boards. I don't know what Cowan was doing, trying to get it to Riley. Riley was way out of position. McMahon has to come back and help out. They're going to come back along over to Matthews. Matthews has McMahon going to the net. Can't get him the puck. Can't get him the puck. Trying to feed it through. Leafs have it here. No icing. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. Here comes Toronto up to Nylander. Willie putting it over to Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh back down for Nylander. Willie over to McCabe. McCabe taking a shot. Hits the side of the net. Going to be kicked out. Driving here is Waugh. McCabe keeping it in along the boards. Over to Matthews. Matthews trying to center it. Puck comes back to Matthews. To the point. Carlo tees off on one. That one goes wide. Nylander at the side of the net. He can't get it. 3.5 to go. Senators going to play this one out. Clavin got hit hard into the boards. He's going to get up in some discomfort, make his way over to the bench. Long shot is going to be knocked down, and we're getting a Leaf penalty from that hit on Clavin, I believe. So both officials are calling it. Looks like he might have lost some teeth. They're taking a look. Morgan Riley is going to go to the box. No, so it wasn't that hit on Clavin because Riley was going towards the box. Waugh did get him from behind in the numbers, so we'll have to see. I'm sure they're going to sort it out. I'm sure they'll fix that penalty. My goodness. Subway meatball sandwich. Oh, yes. Kevin, the Subway meatball sandwich is good. I haven't had that for a while. Sammy described this game. Can't help. Oh, the humanity. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. All right, let me go back. The Leafs had a lot of potential to be good this season. They had a lot of a ton of good ones. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. They had a ton of Harvey still exists. Harvey's is darn good. The Leafs were set up for a great season. Listen, they had a lot of injuries early. Hey, Urban Edge, we're losing. That's why that was a good call, Urban Edge. Listen, they suffered a lot of injuries early, especially with the defense core. They just couldn't get it together. There was a streak when they seemed like they were turning it around, and that disappeared real fast. So it has been a tough season for the Maple Leafs so far. It's not getting any easier, that's for sure. Leafs post game. We need to play desperate hockey. We need everyone to talk. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, you're not wrong there. That is probably exactly how it will go. Lucas, I am excited. I am excited for the Jays season. I think it's going to be a fun season. I think it's going to be a very fun season for the Blue Jays. At least I'm hoping it will be. Can't take any more disappointment. So Morgan Riley goes for slashing. So the hit from behind goes uncalled, but Morgan Riley goes to the box for slashing. 3:16 to go. Warner, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised tonight. Dr. Woolley, how's it going? Go Habs, go. I'm not surprised tonight, unfortunately. Here it comes in the middle. Quick shot. Stolar's going to grab and hang on to it. 3:05 to go. Just play it out. Just play it out. So a little slash on the arm of Pinto. Pinto came at Riley, gave him a little bit of a cross check. So Riley retaliates with a slash. Here's a shot knocked down. Puck in front, and the Leafs going to send this one all the way down the ice. Ottawa setting it up. Here comes Sanderson. 1.5 to go on the power play. 2:45 to go here in the period. Senators breaking in. Bringing this one around, and the Leafs get it back down, all the way down. Sanderson regrouping in his own end. Here comes Ottawa. Here comes Ottawa. Senators going to play it around, back into the zone, just putting it around the boards. Leafs going to pick this one up, sitting there loose. Waited a little too long. Took the shot, got it out. Batherson knocked it down. Batherson going to bring it right back in. Leafs going to knock it away. They run into each other, but able to get it down the ice. 2 minutes to go now. 2 minutes to go. Kevin, I haven't had that for a while. I think it's due. I actually thought we'd putting up a better effort this eve. It started that way a little bit. I thought we had good jump, but things just disappeared very quickly. Senators dominating this game in shots, dominating it in offensive zone time. Giroux, here's a pass off the goalpost. Giroux thought it was in. I'd like to see the replay there. It looked like it caught the post, but it came out really quickly. 14 seconds to go in the power play. Minute and a half to go here in the period. Senators going to bring this one in. Stepping up. Coming around behind. Still looking. Playing it in the high slot with a shot. Stolar is going to make that save. Power play has expired. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's a shot that goes high. 1:10 to go. Ottawa still working it. Going to bring this one in over the line. Going to dump this around, but it's blown down on the offside, I guess. Last minute to play. Last minute of play. So this long shot got through everybody. It was deflected, and it did. It hit the goalpost. Wow. Ottawa coming that close. Just off the goalpost. Sens are having a good time. Sens are loving it here. I go KFC over Popeyes is my pick. Last minute of play. Thank goodness. Trying to bring this one around. Leafs, though, outshoot the Senators in this third period. Sens going to play it across, dumping it right back in. Around behind, Carlo is there. He loses the puck. Going to be knocked down. Easton Cowan splitting the D. Easton Cowan with a breakaway. Going 5-hole and a nice save. Easton Cowan with a breakaway and a nice stop. He was being bothered from behind, but a great move there. Easton Cowan, that would have been awesome. That would have been the highlight of the game if Cowan would have been able to score on the breakaway. This coming all the way down the ice. 14 seconds to go. This one is going to come to an end. What a disaster indeed. Talk about a train wreck. Last shot sails high. The horn goes, and the misery is over. 5-2, the Leafs lose. Morgan Riley opened the scoring, followed by Shabbat. In the second period, it was Cousins, Batherson, Nylander, Batherson, Cousins, and that would be all the scoring in the game. 39 shots for the Senators, 22 for Toronto. The faceoffs end up 50-50. Ottawa goes 1 for 3 on the power play. Toronto goes 0 for 2. 27 hits for the Sens, 24 for the Maple Leafs. 15 block shots from Toronto, 6 for the Ottawa Senators. 12 giveaways, Ottawa 13 for Toronto. This was absolutely horrendous. I want to say thank you all so much for hanging out with us through this absolute disaster. It isn't what we wanted, but I think we had a good time tonight. Thank you, mods, for the double stream duty today. We appreciate that. Tomorrow is up in the air. I don't think we're going to make it in time for the baseball game, but we'll be back Monday night and we'll get the rest of our week scheduled. So thanks for being here. Make sure you do hit that subscribe and kindly tell your friends, tell your colleagues to come check out our channel and share us around. The best way to grow is through word of mouth. And if you enjoy what we do, we would enjoy you telling other people about it. So thank you all so much. Thank you, mods. Thank you, channel members. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you very soon. Have a great night. Go Leafs, go. Oh, man, it almost hurts to say it. I'm just kidding. We'll figure it out. Peace, love, and we'll see you on the flip side. Good night, everybody. All right, see you later. Have a good one. Take care. Good night.